San Antonio's Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are bringing back Jordan McLaughlin on a one-year, $3 million deal. He was acquired last season as part of the De'Aaron Fox trade. The groups for the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup this year have been drawn, and the Spurs will be in Group C in the West with Denver, Golden State, Houston, and Portland. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We made it, baby.
Our Friday.
Yes, it is.
It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 on a Thursday.
Whoop.
Some would call it Small Friday, but
Some would.
It's a large Friday.
I ain't waking up tomorrow.
Some Fridays are larger than others, if you know what I mean.
I'm not. My alarm. I turned off my 4 a.m. alarm. I turned off.
Oh,
it won't
yeah.
be going off tomorrow.
Mine's off too. It was a pleasure turning it off this
Oh
morning, too.
yes.
I did the same thing.
Oh yes.
Now, let's not rub it in the brigade bar and everybody else's faces.
Yeah,
the
suck
ones
it,
that
guys.
will have to get
yeah,
up tomorrow.
sorry for you losers having to go to work.
But we will not have an alarm.
That's right.
The common folk.
Yeah.
Well, only
common
one of
folk
us,
like me.
but though only one of us three will be jetting off to a
Oh, that's right.
Caribbean island.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I won't be doing that.
No, I won't either, Vic.
Nope, me neither.
Oh, wait, well,
Vic.
maybe it is me. Damn it.
Not me.
Yeah,
Don't go anywhere.
yeah, my flight leaves a little after noon today, and my son was actually supposed to fly out yesterday.
Yeah.
His
Oh,
flight
yeah.
flight got delayed 7 times, and finally
What
they
a nightmare.
finally they moved him to today.
Today?
Yeah,
What was his? Where was he flying to? I know where the eventual destination was. Where was the?
it was direct Houston to.
So weather delayed it 7 times.
Yep.
Yikes.
And another kid, I guess another kid flying in from California was connected in Houston and got
he's
stuck there
stuck
too. So
So what's the?
they just had to call the coaches and
I mean, what's the prediction for today? Is weather still going to be an issue? Or
no,
did it
I don't think
pass?
so. I think it's done. Yeah.
Have you checked the weather where you're going?
No.
No.
Well, oh, you mean at the island?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 85 degrees.
But nothing, no issues there. No, like
No.
impending hurricanes or.
No. But it's a 4.5-hour flight. It's been a while since I've been on a flight that long.
Dude, flying to LA is nearly 3. Once you hit 3, well, flying to New York, flying to the city, or
Vegas is 2 hours.
Yeah,
like,
Vegas-
that's the flight that I've taken that flight back and
Yeah.
forth so many
yeah,
times in the
that's
last
not a
2
bad
years.
flight. 2 hours is just about, the flight to Dallas or the flight to Houston's almost stupid. I mean, by the time you fly, you get on the plane, you fly, you get in the car, and you drive to wherever you're going, I think you could have driven.
Yeah.
I think at 3 hours,
Yeah.
you could pretty much, if you choose the right time of day, arrive about the same time. If you figure going to the airport, parking, walking to the gate, all the stuff added up, it's a 3-hour gig. So I always felt like anything under 3 hours, it didn't matter. 2 hours is just about perfect. 3, you start trying to figure a way out. And 4.5, you better bring something to help you sleep.
Yes.
Because you should never be able to watch an entire Godfather.
No,
airplane.
it's too much.
And then there's the other ones where you're going to be there for 8 hours and just expect it. Then at that point, it's anything after about 5, it might as well be 12. It doesn't matter. You lose track of time. It's all the same thing.
Well, 4.5. It is what it is.
It's brutal.
Not
And it's
like
over water, too, which is kind of cool.
Is that cool?
Kind of. Because I've seen whales.
Because normally they say things like, if you.
Yeah, that's when you pay attention to that little briefing.
Yeah, in case of an emergency water landing, and normally I always just ignore it
Yeah.
because I ain't flying over water.
This time you pay attention.
You fly over the Bermuda Triangle?
Oh, yeah, actually you do.
I think so.
Oh.
That's not not a thing anymore. In the 70s,
It's out of
the
the
Bermuda
news.
Triangle I thought would play a bigger role in my life than it did. That and like quicksand and killer bees.
Oh, quicksand was. I was sure.
I thought all three of those things were really going to play a much bigger role in my life than they did. I guess we figured out that the Bermuda Triangle, whatever it is, we figured it out because that's not a thing anymore. Have we lost a boat or a plane in the
I don't-
triangle since 1979?
Nope.
I don't know.
I think we fixed it.
We did lose that whole airplane once.
Well, that was down in Indonesia,
Well, but where were they going?
somewhere in Indonesia.
Oh, okay. Well, again, over water is
It was
the key
over water,
factor
but not
here.
not our own particular Bermuda. I have a problem saying that word.
Bermuda.
Bermuda. The Bermuda Triangle. We don't have that anymore. Not an issue.
I think it still
Fixed.
exists.
Well, I don't know.
Just nobody flies over.
We don't. I think once we got like Google Maps,
I think
the triangle no longer a problem.
I think they just renamed it. It's
We're
now,
not losing boats.
It's now the America Triangle.
well, what I'm getting at is things
I
are
was
crashing and
tired of
disappearing.
Bermuda was getting all the credit for the triangulations, and I said enough. It is now America's Triangle, and sure enough, now we do not lose planes. We do not lose boats.
Well, we don't know. We fired a bunch of traffic controllers.
You-
We might be. We can't tell. Seriously, we hadn't.
The
That
fake,
hasn't been an issue.
fake news has not reported any missing boats. No missing boats. Not on my watch. I can tell you that much right now. The American Triangle. Maybe that's why we don't hear about it anymore.
I'm serious. Let's Google last time we lost a plane or a boat
I mean,
in the Bermuda Triangle or the American whatever triangle we want to call it. We fixed it.
I'm not really flying over that, am I?
Well, you're going to be in the
No,
vicinity.
You're right at the.
Yeah, you're going to be on one of the corners.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the last it says here October 1st, 2015 was the last ship to be lost there.
So we in 2015. That's a lot more recent than I thought.
Yeah.
How'd we lose it? Pirates?
No, it just vanished from the and then there was a plane on May 15, 2017. It just vanished from the
Oh,
radar.
so we haven't
my
fixed
God.
it. We're just not talking about it.
Yeah. They're hiding it unless you search for it.
The
Also-
truth's out there.
Also known
truth
as
is out
the
there.
Devil's Triangle.
Yeah.
The devil, dude. This is getting better.
Roughly bounded by Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Yeah, dude.
There's a whole Reddit thread 2 months ago. Why is nobody talking about the Bermuda Triangle anymore?
See? See?
I told you.
When was the last time you heard about it?
God.
I haven't. heard
Why did you
anything.
bring this up today?
Is Flight 19 still missing? What's your flight number?
Now, I do know this.
18.
That plane that went down in India,
Yeah.
that one dude walked away.
Oh yeah.
He was man, my mouth is not working
No,
today.
yeah, it's okay.
He was seated in 11A. That was the seat he was in, and he lived. Now, the last person prior to that to walk away from a crash alone, and this was a crash somewhere in Asia, I believe it was either
Right.
near or far, but was also in seat 11A.
Really?
Yes.
So what's your
So
seat?
what I'm saying is airlines should charge a whole lot more for that
11A.
seat.
Yeah.
Well, it's located strategically.
I didn't realize that I thought the Bermuda Triangle was much smaller than it is.
Oh, it's vast, man. It's huge.
In the past 500 years, at least 50 ships and 20 aircraft have vanished in the triangle, most without a trace.
The most
No
famous
wreckage, no bodies, no nothing.
is that flight of Air Force planes that flew in and never came out.
Or what was it? The 3 planes? Was it 3 planes?
I think it was Navy
fighters.
planes.
Yeah, they were Navy
Yeah.
planes.
Oh my gosh.
I saw a couple
No,
movies
it
about
says here it was 5.
Yeah, I see.
Oh my gosh.
That's where you're going.
Well,
I mean, you don't. I mean, it's only
been
like
real.
50. It's been. Well, I mean, it's only happened like 50 times, so it's not often.
that's
But
a lot of
the
times.
way I look at it, it's probably due.
50's a big number, Rob.
Well, over hundreds of years.
Take
100 years.
an Apple.
We've
Apple
literally only
AirTag.
had 2 world wars.
But we've been flying planes for 100 years.
Imagine if we were on World War 50.
Well, I mean, but we've been
It'd be like,
flying
oh my
planes.
God, that's a lot of war.
Well, no, but we've been flying planes for 100 years, and right now there's probably 1,000 airplanes in that airspace every day. So, I mean, it happens, but not very often. But I will say
Yeah.
this, we're due.
Yeah, we are due. Yeah.
I mean, it's not likely, but with every passing minute, it's becoming more and more likely. I'll just leave that with you. See, those are the kind of things that run through my neurotic mind as I get on a plane.
Well, if I go, you guys make sure you go stop by and feed my dogs or something.
Oh, yeah. No, I
Uh,
was gonna say,
everything
just-
will be in good hands.
Just get take an Apple AirTag, and we'll find you that way.
Well, go that way.
oh, I'm sure I'm the first person who's thought of that.
Now-
Yeah.
Find my iPhone.
Yeah.
That would we'll go that route.
So-
Yeah, it worked.
and then you guys get out there and they're like, I'm here. I don't see him.
I don't see
Now-
him.
Let's go.
If
There's
the
his
plane
hat.
now, if the plane disappears, how long should we wait before we carry on?
Like before you get a
Like-
new co-host.
Well, because you're not officially dead, but we don't know where you are. Like you've disappeared in the triangle. How long should we wait?
It's kind of the same thing I asked you guys. Like if your wife died.
Right. I mean, how long? But that's why. I mean, we have to have these kind of conversations. So, what do you figure? Like 2-3 days?
I mean, 3 days.
Well, I mean, we got to carry on.
I mean, we'll go a whole month.
A month?
Let's give it a month.
Okay.
I think a month. If I'm not back in a month,
Like you're like the plane is gone. We don't know.
and they
In a
haven't
month?
discovered it yet, you
Right.
guys can get a new co-host.
All right.
Now-
we'll keep Kitty. KBB will stay there in
I
your
think
memory.
there should be a picture of me.
Well, we'll
if-
stuff something on the other side.
We'll get we'll get a doll taxidermy like that looks like you.
Some
Just
kind
put
of
my
a-
picture right here, and then
Okay.
Minix every day will come in and take it
like
down.
like a curtain that he could like close across.
Minix will be so bitter. Ugh, everybody's still talking about AJ. Disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle.
Lost in
What?
the
He's some-
triangle.
and we treat him like a hero.
But, okay. well, got lost.
Yeah,
We
all he
told him.
did was go and get lost.
He was warned. We knew it was a danger.
What kind of idiot goes in the triangle?
Te dije, I told you.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
that's right. So you might want to sleep with an egg under your bed tonight. Is that opposing forces? I mean,
I don't know.
is it
but
evil that's taking the planes, or are you going into a portal of time?
I mean, the next time I sleep in a bed will be in Puerto Rico, so there will be no egg under my pillow. If
Oh yeah, you're done.
Oh, there's probably a chicken.
Is there like a traveling brujo that can come by, give you a little rub down,
that'd be cool.
a little rub down? I went
a
into
brujeria?
into a witch's store in Manitou Springs, in Colorado this weekend.
Okay.
It's right next to the weed shop.
Uh-huh.
There's a weed shop and then a witch's coven.
Are they owned by the same place?
I'm pretty sure. I didn't go into the weed shop though. That would be wrong.
right.
But it seemed like that person that I dealt with was going back and forth. But you could buy like travel sage. Is
The
what it
smoking cauldron, they call it.
had. Yeah, the leaky cauldron. That you could buy the sage and something mix that you could sage yourself before you flew for positive vibes. And I took it for like so you can disguise the weed
And did
before you
Oh,
get on the
okay.
plane.
I
But
see
it's
what you're
it's
saying,
it's
yeah.
both.
did you bring some home?
I bought a case.
Well, but you didn't bring any for me, knowing I was flying in the
didn't
Bermuda
realize
Triangle.
That like I said, I thought we'd fixed it.
Hey, stop by my house. I'll let you use the rosary I got from the Vatican.
Okay.
That'll be
There
yeah.
you go.
Okay.
That's my
What's the
prized
patron
possession.
saint of travel?
St. Christopher, I
Is it
believe.
Is it make sense?
Yeah, I think it
But-
is St. Christopher.
But Saint Anthony's the one for lost things.
Mhm.
So you might want to just in case
Oh,
get
gosh.
yourself a medal.
Just take all the saints.
Just get
with
them
you.
all kind of-
Just get all the paraphernalia.
Well, I'm not
with you.
Yeah.
Catholic, so I don't know
It
if that
doesn't
works
matter.
on
It
me.
doesn't matter. It all runs together.
Yeah.
Like I do voodoo stuff too.
Yeah,
Okay.
We do Santeria.
All that stuff. It kind of rolls into one.
Okay.
That's why Rob has chickens.
Yeah. You think that, you wonder why those things are disappearing?
He's like, yeah, I'll just pour some blood on you after the show. No big
Yeah,
deal.
Sprinkle it
No,
like
that's-
holy water.
I got a couple things you're going to need to do before you leave.
Got
But
TSA stops
You'll-
me.
you'll
They're
be
like, Sir,
safe."
is that chicken blood on your shirt?
It is. You
I'm
can
gonna s-
test it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say, no, it's taco sauce. I don't know what
why
happened.
do you have a fistful of salt in your left pocket? That's a voodoo thing. I don't know. I was told
This,
it would.
this is more than 2.5 ounces of chicken
No,
blood,
it's not,
sir.
boss.
You
This
can't,
is
this
salt.
can't be on your carry-on.
This is salt and chicken blood. This is legal. It's a,
You're gonna have to check this chicken blood.
it's
This
a
is
protective thing.
this is 6 ounces of chicken blood. You can't have this in your carry-on.
It's a prescription
And I'm like, well, what if I drink half of it right now? Like,
to the doctor. And this was prescribed.
oh Lord.
This is wrong.
Well, hey man, if it happens, it happens. If that's how I go, at least I'll be remembered as the guy who got lost in the Bermuda Triangle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because name one other person who that happened to.
There's,
No one will
Literally
remember.
none
No
come
one
to
is going to
mind.
remember me.
None.
No one is going to remember me.
well, maybe somebody on the flight will be famous, and we'll just remember them, and you'll be along with the ride.
yeah.
Like it'll be the flight that we lost. I don't know, Coolio.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
that would be
there we
cool.
I mean,
if I went down with him.
Right. Anya Hoffman was on that plane too.
Yeah.
And so I'll remember you, and I'll tell a friend. So there'll be two of us.
Poor Coolio. Isn't he dead already?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't.
Nappy hair.
He is
Yeah,
dead.
I don't
I
think
didn't want to
we can,
defame the living.
Yeah, maybe it'll be like.
Todd Bridges. Todd Bridges was also on that flight.
Maybe it'll be Von der Franco flying down for a.
Now, see that one, everybody'd be okay. No one would be upset with that one.
Hell yeah, Von der Franco
The
died
guy
in a
was-
plane crash, and like, hey, what about AJ?
Hoffman was on that flight too.
Well, it's been real, guys. The whole energy of the show is just in the crapper now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, this is the farewell show then.
Yeah, this is it.
We're gonna go out with a bang, not a whimper.
Yeah, been real fun. Hey, don't play that. All right. Well, friends, we got a lot to do today. A lot to give away. We've got more Queensryche tickets. I've got another $50 gift card to the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill. Ooh, $50 worth of Greek food. Yes.
Still think we should be able to go try that.
Well, I mean, when I'm gone, you'll make the rules.
We'll have an extra card.
That's right. Maybe Monday.
That's right. When I'm gone.
There will I can just go ahead and tell you might want to win today because there won't be a giveaway Monday.
I'm not.
So go ahead and take advantage today. I'm not saying that the odds are stacked against you, but Monday it ain't happening.
All right, we'll be right back. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we've got some road work definitely causing delays, about 20 minutes or so, 35 southbound. Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. Start moving over to your left side. 2 right lanes are blocked, and it has you slow from Olympia Parkway. And then on the northbound side of 35, Olympia Parkway up to Evans. Road work taking up 2 right lanes. You're slow from Tupperwine, a 20-minute delay. And I-10 westbound, that off-ramp to Zool Road, we've still got some road work blocking the exit ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. A heavy foot can cost you a heavy fine or more. Speeding is a factor in 1,500,000 crashes every year in Texas. So always follow the speed limit. And if there's bad weather or road construction ahead, slow down. Be safe. Drive smart. A message from TxDOT.
Hi, everybody. Joe Reinagle here for the Golf Club of Texas. I absolutely love the Golf Club of Texas. They've made so many improvements to the golf course, from brand new cart paths to resodding the greens and fairways. You might think it's a private club, but it's not. It's open to the public 7 days a week. Best rates are always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas, you know where it is, right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
These guys around the country made a fan page for us. So, Rico Suave, what is it that stimulated you about our program?
It's a love of the show, man.
What would you like to see us do more of since you're a P1 listener?
Girls on trampolines during the break. They're pre-K.
Man.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Working from home, you realize you don't have enough outlets or USB ports. Hill Electric can fix that for you. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. From adding an outlet, fixing that fuse that always blows, or that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price, and there is never a service charge and always free estimates. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or go to hill-electric.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collisions since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
It is Coolio.
Me be treated like a punk, that's unheard of. You better watch out you're talking and where you're walking, or you and your homies might be lying in the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
I'll rip. September 28, 2022.
Oh, man. I don't want to end up like Coolio, living my life in a gangster's paradise.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Saying
You're
prayers,
gonna be fine.
saying prayers in the streetlights.
You're going to be smelling of coconut oil and...
Oh, I thought you were going to say cocaina.
No.
Well, that too.
Well, that,
I don't even know how that smells. I'm going to find out this weekend, though.
If it smells like gas, go away.
Yeah, don't stay. And I hear the pink stuff's new. I don't know about it.
Yes.
That's something different. I don't know what that means.
Cannot wait. All right. Enough about me possibly dying.
I know that's enough.
Just another day.
We'll see if
another day.
I guess you could die any.
You're in
given
more
day.
trouble 2 miles from home than you are anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, technically, you guys have probably a higher
We're
risk
in more
of death.
danger.
Although once I get to the island, I could easily be kidnapped.
Well,
I
there's the drug
suppose.
lords. We haven't gotten into the drug lords yet.
But I feel like, in a lot of countries, you could get kidnapped and you'd never be found again. Puerto Rico's a pretty small island. Like, I feel like they'd find me.
Eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be dead,
if we get a ransom request.
I just want to be found. You know what I mean?
I hope they don't ask for too much.
Unless they take a boat to the Bermuda Triangle.
And then there is that scuba expedition you have to do.
Yeah, don't go
to
scuba
the middle
diving.
of the...
Don't go scuba diving.
Don't
do
go
that.
out there.
No, don't do it.
Don't tempt fate.
Vic, if they ask for ransom, will you throw in that $81 you found, or?
I'd spent it on Whataburger.
It's already gone.
Oh, son of a!
Now he has a couple of unscratched lottery tickets that might just help. Might just very well be the
Actually,
answer.
I have about $20 left over that 180 I found.
It could happen. My advice is stay on main roads.
Yeah.
And don't get in anybody's van, no matter how good looking the chicharrones look.
Oh, that's funny. My favorite story yesterday that we didn't even talk about. I'm so mad that we didn't talk about. Did you see the golf fight?
Oh, the hockey dude.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see. Yeah, that happened over the weekend.
Dude, I mean, I don't know if there's a more embarrassing way to get your ass kicked. So Nick Tarnasky, who played for the Panthers, I think he played for somebody else too. I don't remember. But he was a goon. He was like a throwback to a different era where like literally all he was there for was to fight people in hockey. And some guy was slow playing in front of him on the golf course. And the guy was all drunk. The little guy was all drunk, and he started talking smack to Nick Tarnasky. And
Nick was going to have none of that.
Nick said, "Dude, you're not that tough. I promise you." And this guy is wasted, and he's like, "What are you going to do?" He's like, "I'm going to throw you in the effing pond." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." And then he comes over. That dude runs over at him, and Nick Tarnasky grabs him and throws him in the pond. Did exactly what he told him he was going to do. Then the guy gets out of the pond. He's still pissed off, and he's coming at him. And every time he lands a punch, dude goes bang, 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 bang.
And he does the hockey thing. He grabs their shirt and pulls them in for a punch.
Like holds him at a distance and boom,
bang.
Boom.
Are you serious?
Oh, it's so
it's
you gotta
a
watch the
royal
video.
ass whipping.
I haven't seen it.
You gotta watch the video.
I'm gonna throw your ass in the pond. Is what I'm gonna do.
So great.
Man, I have had that dream many times. The Walter Mitty. You know what? If I wasn't a different guy, if I was a hockey goose right now, I would throw your ass in a pond and scream bang while I'm doing it.
Oh, how great! And plus, he's got a big old beer gut now. Like he's clearly not in hockey shape anymore. And he whooped that. He beat the brakes off of him, and he told him the whole time, "I'm gonna throw you in that freaking pond.
I'll throw you in that pond, man."
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yeah.
He's like, "Why don't you cry about it? Because you're playing so. Why don't you cry about it?" He's like, "No, I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm gonna throw you in that pond." I want to do that one day. I want to tell somebody like, "Hey, man, I'm about to throw you in that pond," and then when they come and approach me, I just want to do that exact thing.
In my mind, I've done it, and then I come
so
to,
awesome.
and it never happened. But in my dreams, I'm gonna throw you in that pond right now.
And the dude gets up. I'll tell you this
He comes
much.
crawling out of the water, too. He's crawling.
If some dude twice my size throws me in a pond
I'm
after
staying
he
in the
told
water.
me he's going to, I ain't getting out of that pond and trying to fight him. I can tell you that much.
Go ahead and play through, sir.
Yeah, I'm letting you play through.
You're gonna go ahead and play through.
I'm bitching about you the whole rest of the time. I'm talking in your backswing probably, but
I got a couple noodles in the bag if you want them. I got an open beer in the cart. You can go ahead and grab that on your way out.
Oh, it's so great. All right, let's take a break. We got some more Spurs news to get into. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we've got some road work definitely causing delays, about 20 minutes or so, 35 southbound. 1,000 Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. Start moving over to your left side. 2 right lanes are blocked. It has you slow from Olympia Parkway. And then on the northbound side of 35, Olympia Parkway up to Evans. Road work taking up 2 right lanes. You're slow from Tupperwine, a 20-minute delay. And I-10 westbound, that off-ramp to Zool Road, we've still got some road work blocking the exit ramp. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw
Nitro Series
is back. 5 events, 4 locations.
1 explosive season.
Top fuel, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. It's IHRA.com.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million. Pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week. No point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free in or out of your vehicle. We can help you find the best battery for your vehicle and budget. O'Reilly Auto Parts has batteries starting at just $89.99. Get your battery tested for free today at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the latest from college football's Big 12 Media Days happening up in Dallas. Deion Sanders with some interesting things to say about a salary cap. Plus, we'll talk NFL with the great John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Thank you, Jason Minix, for that fine introduction. John McClain will join The Blitz today. Legendary John McClain.
He's a regular.
Hey,
He's been on our air every Thursday. I would say since 2014. It's been well over a decade. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What a guy. You know, the thing is, AJ, in this business, if you don't get to the lunch buffet at the game early, you're only going to be left with the scraps.
For those that know John, it sums him up.
Pathetic. What pathetic showing.
Who has never passed a buffet, whether he liked it or not.
I like John McClain. I think John McClain for a long time didn't like me because he listened to my show every day, apparently, for years when I was in Houston. Okay. And he and Fred, my co-host, were very close. And I always just assumed that John hated me because I would do stuff like that. Okay. But then when Fred died, John called me. And we talked for like an hour and a half, and a totally different perspective of what I thought John was and what he thought of me. So,
John's the second longest standing member of this community. Only Minix has been here longer.
Well,
I mean, seriously, John's outlived a lot of co-hosts around.
Well, what about Vic?
Well, Vic's been in this building since this was a building.
Yeah. You've been here longer than Minix, huh?
Since 2000.
Oh,
in the
year
2000.
Well, you know, Reinagel worked in this building back in the 90s.
Yeah, but he got canned.
Yeah, and then he came back.
Yeah, then he came back. And Minix worked in this building right about the same time, but he left. You went to New Braunfels.
I was in high school in the 90s, so that would have been
Yeah.
been weird for me.
I was doing my second stint at the San Quentin.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was.
I was doing a hard time back then.
Glad you made it out. Did you watch the
Different
the fight video, Vic?
No, I'm looking for it actually.
Oh man.
Just Google golf fight hockey player.
Oh,
it
it's
comes up first.
It's so good. It's so good. And it's even best when like you got to hear the sound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got to hear him go, "I'm going to throw you in that pond."
And then watch the hockey form as he starts to lay out two different dudes just destroying them.
Yeah. I love
There's
it.
a still shot of
Just
him pulling
grabbing
him
his
down.
shirt, pulling him in, and taking him down. He could have held onto a beer.
Yeah, he is kind of chubby there.
Oh yeah, man.
He's coaching hockey now up in Canada. He was trying to be out play golf on the
having a
4th of
day.
July, just having a good day, and they said, "No, man, we ain't letting you have that good day."
That's why you always just say, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. Let me buy you a drink."
That you are that kind of guy.
That's
I'm
right.
the opposite. I'm
Life
the kind
is
of guy who
too
says,
short,
"I'll
man.
throw you in that freaking Blake."
See, life's too short. Let's have a beer. We'll laugh this off because you pick a fight with some old dude look like that, and suddenly he's a former hockey player with an attitude and an angry wife.
That's the good thing about
Take it
us
out on
hanging
me.
out together. You're probably gonna save me a lot of headache in the long run.
See, like I was telling you, I have never started a bar fight ever. People square off with me. I don't want to fight, but I've gotten arrested 3 times in bar fights that I had nothing. did not start. I was just part of that. Kind of overflowed on me. I don't do that.
I was telling Vic, I was telling Rob, my wife's 21st birthday. We weren't married yet, but we were dating, and we went out to Austin, 5th 6th Street for her 21st birthday, and I was at some crappy bar, and I bumped into some guy on my way out of the bathroom, and I apologized, and he, instead of just moving on with his night, shoved me against the door, and yeah, so I reached out with my left hand and grabbed his neck and shoved him against the wall, and with my right hand I hit him one time as hard as I could.
Ooh, nice.
And his nose exploded all over my arm. So I've got this dude's blood all over me. I'm like trying to wash my hand. This dude's like crumpled down by the trash can. I'm
Was
like
he
trying.
crying? Was he crying?
No, he was asleep.
Oh,
so I was like trying to get all this blood off me, and then I go.
He was asleep.
I go out and I tell Annie, I said, we got to go. We got to find a new place to go. She's like, why? I'm having fun. I was like, we got to go right now. And she sees that I've got this dude's blood all over my arm. She's like, oh my God.
I can't take you anywhere.
And that woman eventually married me and wonders why I don't know how to act sometimes.
Oh yeah, look. Check
She
this
knew.
out.
Come on, man.
Look, he threw him.
I got it all on record.
Tell them you're sorry.
Damn Canadians.
Have a Labatt's and let's get over it.
You want to go, guy?
Boom!
Bang!
It's not okay.
Now let us play through.
Now let us play through. Right? How do you be normal after that?
Just go grab a club, play on.
Dude,
through.
my favorite part is bang!
Yeah.
Bang! Bang!
And he's kind of like pushing his foot on the ground like you would do in the ring to make it noise. It's like, you're not, what are you doing?
Oh, it's the
That's
first time.
good
It's the
stuff.
first time he's got to fight not on ice. It
Right,
probably
right.
felt really cool, actually.
But the way he threw him the second time was just, jeez, like a rag doll.
That guy just didn't. Dude, sometimes you got to know when to stop. You got to know when you're beat.
Yeah, he didn't. He just kept coming.
Yeah,
Well, he started it.
And I think sometimes the little man syndrome Like the guy's like, I might be small, but I'll go crazy on you. Like, it doesn't always work. Like, sometimes dudes can just kick your ass even if you're crazy. And that was the case here. He was just going to kick his ass. And, that was so good. He was like, he like turned into like a rage monster and then came at him and just got thrown in the lake. That was awesome. Hard to beat. All right. The Spurs in action tonight, Rob, against the Philadelphia 76ers. We're still maybe not going to see Dylan Harper.
We'll see. I'm sure we will at some point this week.
They are putting them on the big court, which means they're going to be on ESPN TV. So if you've never been to the Summer League or been to Vegas, so there's the
Thomas and Mack, which is the big place.
Yeah, Thomas and Mack is where UNLV plays their basketball games. And then connected to it is something called the Cox Pavilion, which is a smaller.
It's like the Joe Freeman attached to the Cross Center.
It's a similar thing, except, I mean, they were built at the same time. I don't really understand why they exist like this, but that way they can have two games going at once. And what they do typically is they put the featured game on the big court and the lesser game on the smaller court. Well, I mean, and obviously these aren't the NBA teams, but the Nuggets and Bucks are on the small court, which is kind of cool.
They don't have the number 2 pick.
Exactly. So we will see the Sixers and the Spurs on ESPN television tonight.
The Spurs picked up Jordan McLaughlin's pick.
You and I have talked about that. Like, if you're going to be a dude who can only do one thing, and make no mistake, Jordan McLaughlin can only do one thing. And if you can only do that and you want to be on the Spurs, you better make that one thing shooting, because that's the thing they lack the most.
Yeah.
And he can shoot.
I think, and I don't know what the timeline was, but I get the sense that the Spurs drafted Carter Bryant. They were hoping in their wildest dreams that maybe Carter is a little bit further along than he appeared on tape. That even in the personal workouts, he looked like maybe possibly he was further along and could give him something this year. And then after the practices began and the first 3 Summer League games went through, the Spurs realized that Carter Bryant is not. While he does have a massive potential and he looks beautiful, the form is there. You can tell the shot will matter at some point in his career. He's just several years away. And they realized after a couple of days he's not going to be ready this year. He's at best a monthly San Antonio bench guy, but for the most part, Austin, we better sign McLaughlin. And I think that might have been how it worked out.
Now, McLaughlin's also probably not going to be on the floor.
Oh, no.
Probably ever.
He's an edge, 15. Yeah, he's not a dude you're going to use. But that was what Carter Bryant, in their wildest dreams, if he'd have just been maybe a little bit further along, that would have been his spot. But it just doesn't appear that he'll be here.
Yeah. So you mentioned basically means there's one spot left.
By my math, I could be wrong, but it appears that there's one more spot that could be available, right there at the edge at 16, 17. So, or it's at 15. The two-way deals are done. They've already signed those. So I think there might be a spot available. I mean, they could bring back somebody that's here, but it looks like there might be one kind of floating around.
If David Jones or David Jones Garcia, as he's now known, if he continues to do what he's done.
That would be interesting. I really like his game. Unfortunately, his game is behind a long list of dudes that are getting paid more for a longer, it's going to be really hard for him to make it. I can tell you this.
Positionally, what do you think is like the last spot available then?
Well, it might be him, depending on which way you go. Because, I mean, if we're going to be running 3 guards a lot of times, you're going to need a lot of guards. I mean, if your offense is predicated on that kind of stuff, you're going to need 6 guards to kind of muddle through the season. Now, you won't play all 6 all the time, but you might need all 6. So he might, just by numbers and scheme, muddle in over a big. You never know. It feels like we're pretty solid up at the 4 or 5. I don't think there's any more need for that.
No more need for big people.
And they signed McLaughlin, who's kind of the 3-edge Harrison Barnes backup, last gas kind of fit. And then maybe there might be room. I just tell everybody, watch this kid play. You're going to like this game.
He's a little undersized, but he is a 2/3.
Mm-hmm. He's 6'6", but he doesn't play 6'6". He's a 3 and a rim guy, which
I didn't think he was 6'6". I thought
I read I could be wrong on that because even I was surprised on the size that I saw.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if he's 6'6", then I shouldn't say he's undersized
you
for
know
what he does.
I say that because I thought he was undersized too, and when I saw how they listed him,
I thought he was like 6'3", 6'4". But he did play a lot of that, like the wing in college, and he was like way more like when you look at how he's built.
6'4".
Okay, when you look at how he's built, you think he's a combo guard, like a 1-2, but he's much more of a 2-3 in his game. Maybe the Spurs could use a guy like that.
I'll tell you what, as excited as I am for Harper, I can't wait to see him continue to play because I get the sense if we don't keep him, somebody going to
That's what I was going to say. I got a feeling that he's going to be on a team come the start of the season. Whether it's the Spurs or not, I guess is to be determined. All right, let's we'll talk about what we expect to see out of Harper tonight on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94. Sponsored in part by Las Palapas, Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Take a swing at picking baseball this season on Underdog. Hi, Jason Minix here from The Blitz. Underdog is a leading place to make all your sports picks. Millions of fans have won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? It is easy and fun to do. I love playing the pick'em game on Underdog. All you have to do is download the Underdog app and choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats. You can choose from things like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and so much more. And you can play for as little as $1. So download the Underdog app. Sign up now with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use my promo code STAR when you sign up at Underdog. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See underdogfantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The John Clay Wolf Show. Here's what's going on in the Wolf Pack.
Satan, are you there?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you did the Metallica backwards lyrics.
Yeah.
Did you do Missy's backwards lyrics?
She and I were talking, just hanging, keeping it real.
Keeping it real, huh?
I said, you should put a backwards message in there. And she asked me, is that really going to work? I said, show.
The John Clay Wolf Show.
Catch the John Clay Wolf Show Saturdays from 9 a.m. to noon right here on San Antonio Sports Star.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $699.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your files?
has your social security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info. And the hotel that lost your reservation has your passport number. You need LifeLock because your personal info is in endless places that can expose you to identity thieves. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Bia, Bia! Yeah. This is when club songs encouraged fighting.
Yeah, it did. I was just thinking, this was an angry time.
Oh, yeah.
You go to club and this, come on. Who else? It was, was it Nas? There was
Get
several
your hands up.
There was Nas that would always start fights. Who else was?
And then it like in the late 90s, early 2000s, like when Limp Bizkit would be like,
that was a given.
Yeah.
break your effing face tonight.
But there were never any girls on the floor.
And there's a mosh pit, and you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but I'm talking about a club when this would come on. There'd be girls on the floor. We'd be
yeah.
dancing. And this would hit. You're like, man, let's get out. We got to get off the floor.
Let's move.
It's about to get rough.
If we do see Harper tonight, what are your expectations or hopes that we'll get out of him?
You know, in a game like this, you tell your kid just play.
Just go be you.
Don't try to be fast. Just play. Nobody, because you know this is their very first professional basketball game.
Yeah.
They've been in it for their entire lives. This is it. This is the first time they get to lace it up. They've been in big games. These guys, McDonald All-Americans and things like that. But just calm down and go play basketball. It's just so hard to be successful in an environment like that. And those few that are, you really get a measure of their just level of comfort on a court. I just tell them, keep the ball in your hands, go get a couple of buckets, and we'll figure it out. But don't worry about running plays or anything like that tonight. Let's just have some fun. And then in the second quarter,
take care of your body.
Yeah, take care of your body. And then in the second quarter, once you've gotten a little tired, once you got a little sweat on, and you're in the game, then we'll start talking about, you know, running through the offense and being a player instead of a participant.
It's so hard because, obviously the first time you see somebody, you want to – you want to see what they can do. And I just have a feeling if we're watching this tonight expecting to see that, it ain't what we're going to get.
It just is so rare that a kid walks on the court and does everything that you thought would, that he's that great and can go do it. But, in these environments, especially a kid with his kind of talent, because he's ball dominant and, you're not going to know where your teammates are. You hope that they're in the right place. So he's going to be in a position to go get some baskets on his own, and he's good at that. He's a bucket getter. So I expect to see some buckets gotten.
I'm trying to tamper expectations and not be frustrated if I don't see what I expect to see out of him.
They give him 10 fouls for a reason, because defending without fouling is just very different. There's going to be turnovers. That's just part of the gig. But I do know this: he is a skilled hooper, and those guys they play no matter the environment. So. We're not relying on a three-point feathery touch. It ain't about that. It's about a guy that can play ball amongst other men, and he can do that.
Yeah, I tend to think so too.
Yeah.
And this guy is, we talk about trained since birth. I mean, these second, third generation guys have had a ball in their hands since they could hold one, so they could pick one up.
And especially a guy like Harper, who's had professional coaches. He was playing with the Bulls, assistants when he's a kid and that kind of stuff. So, no, he's been amongst the best from the moment he could walk.
Yep. So I'm excited to see what he can do tonight, even though we probably won't get to see exactly what he can do until the regular season, and probably even then until probably several games into the regular season. Rin says, in the past 4 years, we picked two players who didn't even start on their own college team.
That's
we
true.
Go back to drafting 21-year-olds. Who's the other one?
Well, we brought in Sohan, who did not start.
Oh.
He was a six-man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're right, but at least he was like a
he played more minutes than starters.
Yeah,
he just didn't. He just came off the bench for the weakest of the five is what he did. It
was also a pretty damn good team.
Yeah.
All right. 1 hour down, 3 to go. We've got some giveaways to do, and I want to do some fat shaming on the other side. It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. If you think you need to speed, keep in mind that officers are out in force this month, reminding drivers to slow down or pay up. It's called Operation Slowdown. Speeding can cost you time, money, and hassle. It's just not worth it. A message from TxDOT.
Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for. From smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins yet? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on technology that changes how you think about shoes. First, these are not just regular slip-on shoes. They're not just a pair of loafers without laces. But what makes them different is the technology inside that lets you just step into them. There's a built-in hidden shoehorn that slides your foot in, so they look, feel, and wear just like a pair of shoes you're used to. Except you don't have to bend down, struggle to put them on, or touch them. Try them at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone, now through July 28th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working that trouble spot, I-10 lower level westbound as you approach Cincinnati, just outside of downtown. We've got the left lane blocked. That wreck right at Culebra. 35 southbound, Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. Still have that road work set up. It's taking up 2 right lanes. Almost a 30-minute delay now. Stop and go from FM 3009. And I-10 westbound, the off-ramp to Zool Road. That is road work, exit ramp blocked. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are bringing back Jordan McLaughlin on a 1-year, $3 million deal. He was acquired last season as part of the De'Aaron Fox trade. The groups for the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup this year have been drawn, and the Spurs will be in Group C in the West with Denver, Golden State, Houston, and Portland. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Alrighty, 7:02. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. All right. A radio host in Kansas City, Missouri. I want to know if you think he should be in any kind of trouble over this. Listen, Patrick Mahomes is a good football player. I think everyone can agree with that. But there were photos of him from the 4th of July on a yacht with his shirt off. Oh, yeah. And this radio host, Kevin Keatsman, in Kansas City said, vacation photos are popping up of Patrick Mahomes, and he's fat. I'm going to say it, and I'm going to tell you the truth. That's why you hit the play button. He's an embarrassment.
He's an embarrassment, is he?
Yes.
He's a disgrace, I tell you. I think they should trade him right now. He's a shame to the uniform.
Yeah. And he says, he said, now, mind you, this is he is coming off his probably one of the worst statistical years of his career. And one of the worst performances, the Super Bowl performance, was pretty bad, throwing a couple picks and getting blown out by the Eagles. He says, you're a $500 million quarterback. You've made all these comments in the offseason that we're going to do our talking on the field. We got our butts kicked in the Super Bowl. We're coming back with a vengeance. Dude, you're fat. Your belly would be fat at my pool, hanging out with us, 60 years old. My skin is flabbier than yours. I get it. Stop the fast food. Do a sit-up. Do something.
Do 5 sit-ups.
Hey, he says, I'm sure he's worked out and he's strengthened his arm and he's done all kinds of different things, quarterback things, but there's no training to this man. I don't understand it. He's not a kid anymore. You can't just run through your NFL career eating Taco Bell all the time and DoorDashing fried chicken, which he loves. It's time, dude. It's time. Going to camp and getting shape is like 1970s baseball. Nobody does that anymore. That's not how it works at the highest level. I only do this as a precaution because I love the guy. He's an enormous talent, but I cannot stand it when I see somebody just sit back on their talent and not be the best that they are. Does he have a good point here?
Yes and no. I mean, I think you expect something, but if at some point,
because I did the same
had
thing
let
about
you
James
down-
Harden.
Well, no, there's a difference. Harden's never taken home a trophy,
That's true.
nor dominated a generation like Mahomes has. So far, so good, Pat. Until he proves otherwise, I'll just sit down and shut the F up because scoreboard. Now, yeah, he doesn't look in the peak physical condition, but then again, do you want Pat Mahomes running around being the athlete like he was before? No, that's not what he's going to be doing now. Everything that he does now is neck up and chest up. It's shoulder and brain. That's it. He doesn't need to be much more. I want him to be much more.
He does have a dad bod.
He's got a dad bod.
Well, he's a dad now.
Dude,
I mean,
he looks of age, but
He looks
you
like
know,
us.
it's also July the 11th. We don't get mad at boxers that show up 25 pounds overweight a week before and end up making weight by Friday. We don't get mad at them.
He's not that fat.
No, the dude doesn't look terrible. Didn't his wife just have a kid?
I don't know if they just had one, but
He looks pretty good.
Both of them? Yeah.
They're both. That's a fine-looking couple to me. Now, the only problem I have with this is the sunglasses. If we really want to get down to what's going on,
you don't like those
those
red square
goofy red
glasses?
square sunglasses are really my primary issue.
They look like he stole them from Elton John.
Yeah, he found those somewhere cheap. Those are actually hers.
Those are not open.
No, those were hers, and he forgot his.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know. Has there been a
No, he's overweight. I'm not going to dance around the fact that he's not in very good shape right now, but it is July the 4th. He's got a month to get there. And he is not Lamar Jackson. I don't expect him to look nor act like Lamar Jackson.
So, okay, I know around these parts there have not been many instances where the Spurs went to a finals and lost, but there is, it
has happened. Yes.
Now, if that had happened, and in that next offseason, you had seen Tim running around with a beer gut, would people have said anything about it? Would they?
Probably not.
You think he had enough grace?
Yes.
I do feel like Patrick Mahomes should get a pass, but I also think no,
I get it, dude.
There is something too, Patrick Mahomes is this comes from me being someone who has already proclaimed Patrick Mahomes is probably the best quarterback that's ever played this game. And I mean, that's no knock on Tom Brady, who also, by the way, at one point had a pretty good dad bod rocking. But Mahomes is like this brilliant talent.
He's
he's
far
a
beyond
winner.
Brady.
But also, there is something too, as I watched him last year, I'm like, is this dude already kind of is this going to be a 6-year thing where it's like, wow, he was really good, and then he just goes away?
I don't think so. I think the game got easy. The game's easy. I think most people, when you see this picture, you're not mad at him. All I ask is that you want it as bad as I do.
Yeah.
As your fan. As a fan of your team and of you, I want you to want the title, I want you to want success, and I want you to want wins as bad as I do. And if you show me that on Sundays, I'll give you a pass, because this cat has proven to me that he wants it as bad as I do. I don't have any doubts about his motivation. Does he love the weight room? Nah, I don't think he does. Does he love the cardio side of this? Nah, I don't think he does. But I guarantee you every other part of this stuff he's ready for. And he's that good. Now, maybe he needs a little bit of a more challenge. I do think he's kind of rested on his laurels, but it's July the 4th, bruh. Now, on August the 4th, if I see him walking around with a belly like that and a hardened fat suit, yeah, we'll have a conversation. But I'm not going to jump a dude that's now in the prime of his life. He ain't 25 anymore. Yeah, he can't do what he did and stay in the same kind of shape. But I have learned over the years that you can make up for a lack of physicality with an improved mentality. And once your brain expands, you don't need to be that physical anymore.
A good example, and obviously Mahomes is on a higher level than this guy, but remember the third baseman for the Giants, Pablo Sandoval, they call him Kung Fu Panda, and he was a big fat body, but he was like a 2-time World Series MVP. And it was like, well, how can he play? It's like he's a big fatso. It's like, well, Dude, it doesn't really matter as long as he's showing up at the right times, isn't it?
Tony Gwynn never fit into a small either. I mean,
Right.
so no, he's not a fat dude. He is obviously enjoying his Budweiser. He's probably drinking Coors, whatever he likes. He's a tech dude, so he probably drinks a fair amount of Coors Light. Enjoys a Sunday afternoon barbecue, as men of his age do, and I expect him to be in shape. And but at the same time, I get it as a fan, dude. I want you to want it as bad as I do. I'd like to win a Super Bowl, and you're 90% of that. So I'd like to see you in peak physical form when this thing gets going. But I do know there's time.
And it's real easy to look back and go, oh, imagine if Babe Ruth wasn't eating like hot dogs and drinking beer every day, how good he would have been. But it's like, well, he was still really good.
Yeah,
so as long as Mahomes is still really good, I think it's a little bit overkill.
And he's a quarterback. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a running back. The intention really is for him never to hit the ground during the game. I want him never touched. I want him to never have to run more than about 5 yards. That's the plan. Our game plan is for you never have to work all that hard.
I will say though, like if he continues to, like if the performance continues to decline.
Then we'll have some questions. But he's allowed that, like you called it, or grace. He's allowed the grace. I mean, the dude, now he is coming off a tough one. And about me talking about him not getting hit, he's going to get hit a lot. And it's not about you running for a first down. It's about you surviving, you hanging in the pocket and letting go of the ball a millisecond before the defensive end gets there and just pounds you into the dirt. That's what I'm worried about. It's not about running for first downs. I want you to be healthy, safe. And you can't be that if you're fat.
You know who people complained about this a lot with was Shaq. Because you remember Shaq in Orlando looked like
he was a kid.
He was a monster.
Yeah, he was a kid.
And then Shaq liked to eat.
And he grew. He became a man. I mean, you fill out.
Yeah, but there is becoming a man, and there's becoming a man who doesn't do the necessary cardio to be a professional athlete.
He didn't need to.
And that's the thing. You can say he doesn't need to, but would he be better if he did? And that's kind of the questions for these guys.
He managed to play nearly 20 years, never really got hurt. I mean, his retort is scoreboard.
Right.
You know what I mean? I never suffered a knee injury. I never missed a year with an Achilles or anything like that. Yeah, he probably I can see him in that Phoenix uniform. He was 30 pounds overweight.
Yeah.
But, he never got hurt. And by that point, he wasn't going to play more than about 6-8 minutes in a row anyway. He was just going to sweat Kentucky Fried Chicken instead of just salt.
It's like there's the God, what is his name? The guy who he had two names that start with a Z. He was a soccer player from France.
Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, and he burned through cigarettes, and people were like, "How can this guy be like?" It? But dude, I get it. Like, if you're smoking 2 packs a day and you're still performing at a high level, it's like,
go ahead. I guess
I get it now, but we can prove the point. If you're a soccer player and smoking, I think that can be. I think that's
probably detrimental.
Probably is. But there's that legendary picture of Lynn Dawson sitting at the Super Bowl pulling off the Marlboro right before he runs back in. So,
there's a lot of boxers who
that's
smoke.
Nuts, man.
And it's like,
absolutely nuts to me.
But
that you would smoke while doing something professionally that involved a lot of cardio. You include smoking in your lifestyle.
But if you can win,
but of all the vices.
This,
even for nicotine, there's other ways to get nicotine into your body. You can maintain your nicotine habit without having to smoke. Of all the vices, I always thought smoking as a boxer.
Well, like Ricardo Mayorga is like he was like the prime. He smoked like a train. Like as they were wrapping his hands, he'd be in the back.
That's nuts, man.
But like
now that's the guy I get mad at. Not the guy that's had a couple extra brews on a Sunday cookout like you can tell Mahomes had.
But, like, at what point is there worry about Mahomes?
Not yet.
Once if he shows up next year looking like Zion, what do we do?
Well, then I don't think that'll happen. But if he does, yeah. But the worry will be when he gets those nagging injuries that he can't get over.
Yeah.
When we're in October, suddenly he's limping around with a bunch of soft tissue injuries that are because he wasn't physically in shape, and then his game is limited. And it's at that point we go, you can never do this again. But until this, he's not a rookie. This is a Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champion, MVP in any way possible. I don't have the right to say anything until he fails because everything he's done so far has worked.
Yeah. Guy Garza says Jordan his cigars.
But cigars you're not inhaling. You're just kind of.
You're right.
That's a little. It's not affecting your wind like cigarettes. That's just crazy.
John Daly. Look at John Daly.
Well, golf doesn't count.
Yeah.
That's not golf, bowling. I think that's expected.
Golf, bowling, and pitching. It doesn't count.
There was a player for the Spurs back in the day. He was one of the early Euros that had come over, and of course Pop was on the forefront of that. His name was Zarko Pazpai, and Zarko had I don't remember where he was from, but it was one of the EAs, ended with an A, Slavia, Lavinia, something like that.
Latvia.
One of those. He had a penchant for Marlboro Reds and Pizza Hut. So he for the entire year he lived here, he was sucking on Marlboros and eating Pizza Hut just outside the locker room.
Let's see. He was he's Montenegrin.
Montenegrin. See, one of them.
Yeah.
Zarko ended up having a long and pretty good career, but he was a early Euro type.
He had a long and pretty good career in Europe.
Yeah,
he played 1 year in the in the NBA.
It is the Marlboro. He got cheaper Marlboro Reds here. He got the candy apples here.
No, I like again. I'm not going to worry about Mahomes until I see, but I do see some decline in his game.
Yeah,
and it could just be natural. Dude, teams have figured out how to defend him a little bit better. The talent around him isn't as good, so Travis Kelce's clearly kind of falling off. There's no Tyreek Hill anymore, so the job should get harder. But I do get it where people are like, "Hey, man, you're supposed to be like the savior of this place."
I want you to be that. You're the savior. You're exactly right. I want you to want it as bad as I want it, and no more, no less. I want you to win a title and do everything that's required. And if this is all that's required for you, I'm down. But the moment you don't, and I feel like you're not living up to your end of the bargain as the guy, not only for the team but the league, I think there'll be a lot of questions.
Yeah, but also at this point, like if he turned into Butterbean and retired and sat on the couch and just ate bonbons for the rest of his life, he'd still be the first ballot Hall of Famer.
I think that I think you have to be, this isn't the most apt comparison, but I think it's pretty good. Some guys you have to hit rock bottom, and it might take him just getting the hell beat out of him this year for him to go, you know what, I can't, if I'm going to keep playing for the next X amount of years, I got to be in better shape.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of athletes hit that. You know what, I can't do this anymure.
I've seen James Harden do that.
Yeah.
I've seen Luka did it. He said that once, and then he got fat again. But
That's true.
It's real easy to get skinny. It's real hard to stay skinny.
Especially when you're for guys like this that are that good. He can be fat and be better than 99% of the people who have ever done it in the history of man. And so you ask him to do more, and you go, man, I can do what I do getting out of bed,
One of my buddies from Houston who's in the UFC actually fights this weekend, Derek Lewis, is not in the greatest shape. He'll tell you he eats a lot of Popeye's chicken. Mm-hmm. He eats a lot of junk food. And you can say, well, you could be a lot better if you didn't. He's like, well, but then I wouldn't be happy. Then I was like, what do I do this life for? Like, why you think I do?
Yeah.
You think I go in there and get punched in the face so I can not be happy the rest of the time? Like, no, I'm gonna be happy. And as long as I can still, get up.
Well, the problem is for most 99% of us, it's hard to even fathom to be in a situation, to be in a highly competitive environment, whether it be collegiate athletics, professional athletics, and think that if I went in there at anything less than the best physical shape, that I couldn't be successful. Like, I have to be that good, and to be so good that you didn't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that life would be like, because my whole life was, this is all I got. I have to be in shape, because if I ain't in shape, I can't keep up with the truly talented,
Right.
So, and to be able to just wake up and roll out of bed and be Pat Mahomes looking like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I just can't fathom it.
When you are blessed, you get more wiggle room on things like
I show up looking like
exercise.
that. It's evident. Not only is it like you don't care, you can't do it.
Yeah, I would clearly not belong.
Right,
You would know I didn't belong.
It's hard to fathom to live that kind of life to where you go, yeah, I'll be all right.
All right.
Okay.
We got some tickets to give away on the other side. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, I want to invite everybody to a party. So often I talk about things and I want you to go try them. Well, now I want you to head out with me to Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuit in a couple of weeks. On July the 23rd, starting at 2 o'clock, is the Blitz broadcast live. I'm inviting you, your family, and your favorite children, no, the four-legged ones, your dogs and cats, to come out to a little backyard barbecue at Backyard Bunkin' Biscuits celebration coming up here in a couple weeks. Come and tour the facility, enjoy free food for you and treats for your pup. Eat, hang out, tour the facilities, and see all the great staff. It's your opportunity to come and see what I've been talking about. It is the premier pet resort in this part of the world. It's the official pet resort of this little show, The Morning Huddle, and the station itself. There'll be free food, barbecue. Just come on out. Again, this is going to be July the 23rd at 2 p.m. over at Bunkin' Biscuit. It's out in Selma, Blue Bomb and Bunkin' Biscuit, right in Selma, just outside the loop. It's going to be a fantastic time. And if you can't grab your babies, come on by and see it. I want you to know where you're going to take your best and favorite pets. That's your babies. I sent mine there last week, and they came home clean, fresh, and ready to go back. That's this July the 23rd. Schedule. Come out and see us and the Blitz, all the food and drink for you and your pets. It's going to be a party, and it won't be any fun unless you're there. Come out and see us July the 23rd at Blue Bonnet Bunkin' Biscuit.
94. College of Healthcare Professionals and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you've been injured in an accident, you know there's no shortage of attorneys who want your business. But when it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years. We've successfully represented thousands of injured Texans, earning over 12,000 five-star reviews on Google. So who is the right attorney for you? Just look at the numbers. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at OurRealSuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
I'd like for this team to grow together, and Giannis is going to command a hell of a lot more money.
You are so much more concerned about Peter J. Holt's wallet than I am.
Well, I'm just saying.
I don't give a damn what apron he's got to spend. Just give me a damn winner.
The problem is he does concern himself with the aprons and the dresses and the jewelry and all of that other stuff.
What dresses?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Yeah, it's the huddle.
Where's AJ?
I don't know. He walked away with a run sheet. I don't know where he was going. So to kill some time, let's give away something.
Yeah. What do we got?
I'm going to give away something cool. I know it's for the 8 a.m., but I never get to do this anymore. Okay. It's been a long time since I've been able to give away something. So I'm going to pick whatever I want to give away.
Go for it. What do you got?
Since I'm a big fan of the thing, the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill's given us a $50 gift card to give to you so that you can go experience something fantastic. And while I'm waiting for him to get back, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm doing it, even though he's back.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we do here. The train's left the station. You're gonna have to run down and jump on. Hey, caller number 5 is gonna go see the Great Greek Mediterranean Grill.
You're not gonna go see them.
No, they're gonna go see it and they're gonna report back because evidently I don't get to go. So, caller 5, go and have some fine food on us.
There you go.
And then I do expect a report back. Tell us what you ate, how good it was, if you had some like souvlaki or
falafel,
or some goat,
a gyro.
Those what are the grape
lamb
leaves?
Kebab,
the stuffed grape leaves, the diamantes.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And it's healthy too. It's
It
also
is.
healthy.
Very good for you. Very good for you. All right. Oh, I thought Vic was talking to me, but no, he's talking to the lucky winner. Lucky caller 5 is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Commanders, there's been a lot of talk about Terry McLaurin and what's going to get done here. Is he going to get what's he going to get paid like? They asked Dan Quinn about the contract dispute, and he said sometimes football and business intersect, and this is one of those times. McLaurin missed the mandatory 3-day minicamp. Had to pay close to $105,000 in fines, and is coming off maybe his best season. This was it was the first time he was second team All-Pro, first time he was ever blessed with a even above average starting quarterback.
Yeah, and
this dude had Kyle Allen, Case Keenum, Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, a bunch of junk. You get Jaden Daniels, and suddenly it's like, woo, this guy can play. Now, it seems like it shouldn't be that hard to get this figured out. But the problem is he turns 30 this year, and the highest paid wide receiver who signed while on the verge or after turning 30 in NFL history is Tyreek Hill.
Right. And it hasn't turned out well.
It has not gone well. One older wide receiver who isn't relevant to the negotiations is Mike Evans, who will be 32 in August. He signed a contract in 2024 that isn't as good as was originally hoped. It was reported at $52 million for 2 years. That's the maximum value of the contract if all $11 million in incentives are reached, which are going to be very difficult and have things to do with team success. Now, the question is, do the Commanders want to pay Terry McLaurin
what would you do? Because I think because the Commanders are in the place that they are now. They have a new owner that with deep pockets. They're going to get a new stadium. I think they're transforming that what was for 20 years under Snyder a dying or dead organization. And I think it was a place where players didn't want to go play and players left as soon as they could. Scary Terry got there, and he lifted this team. He carried he was the best player on offense for at least a year, maybe 2. Withstood 2 or 3 different coaches. Would you say 4 different quarterbacks? I think sometimes franchises in a situation like that need to invest in dudes that were with you at your worst. And I think that McLaurin has earned
that feels
probably
like such a nice guy way of doing it.
But you can only do it once. You can only do it for one guy. You know, the one that will carry you from one generation to the next, one that will be part of whatever future or impending success because he was here with the worst. Normally, it's an offensive lineman. Normally, it's a defensive lineman, a dude that's just in the trenches that doesn't get paid all that much but has been there before and will be there after. He's kind of that. But in this case, it just happens to be a wide receiver. And I think that they need to pay him. Now, not all of that. I don't think he should get it all, but I do think they should pay him a little bit of money for being here when we were at our worst. And I think that shows something of a commitment to the rest of his teammates. I think it shows something to the fans, and it shows something to free agents. Like, if I do go there and I do everything I can and we are successful, that I will not be just cast aside.
What I can't do is, because we've seen in the last year, Justin Jefferson get paid, and then CeeDee Lamb get more than him.
Well,
and then Jamar Chase get more than him.
We're not elevating here. This is about more. I think the best comparison would be the Mike Evans contract. That I want you here, but you're still going to have to play. And you might not reach the max of the contract, but you're still going to be here. But if you're as good as you say you are, and as good as I think you are, I'm more than happy to pay you this $26 million a year. But you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to, there's going to be some incentives where it's going to be X number of yards, X number of catches, probably X number of plays, those kind of things that, some are attainable, some aren't. But those numbers don't count against the cap.
Right.
So, I can keep you here if you think you're as good as you think you are and say you are, then there's a way to match. And I think there's going to find some in between. But I do think that at the very least, you kind of overpay a little bit because, dude, you were with us at our worst.
I think a good comp, and I'm saying this, I think a good comp for value, I think that this player is probably a little bit better than McLaurin and is a little bit younger as well. A.J. Brown got 3 years and $96 million from
That's too much
the Eagles.
For Terry. It is. I think that right around in the high 20s, and I'd be willing to go an extra year on that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll give you an extra year to kind of get you the dollar amount that you're chasing. But even part of that's going to be incentive driven. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl here.
Brandon Ayuk just got $30 million a year, and McLaurin's a way better player than him.
Yes, but he's younger. Ayuk's got more time. And we know what happens to old wide receivers. It happens fast, especially those that rely on the kind of skill set that they're going across the middle dudes that go up and get the ball. That the older you get, the more difficult it is for you to get that done. And that's been his. He's a ball getter.
I just don't know how he slots in, because when you're talking about high 20s, that's what T. Higgins just got. T. Higgins got like 28.5 million per year.
That's where I value him. I put him right about T. Higgins.
But T. Higgins is a clear number 2 wide receiver, and Terry McLaurin's sitting here going,
"But I'm a number 1.
I'm a number 1.
Yeah, but I'm going to pay you. Well, you're a number 2, in a sense that you're not the most important player on my team anymore. My most important guy is Jaden, and he'll make you a number 1, number 2, number 3.
Yeah.
You know what? We got to be very careful that this quarterback over here, dude, we might turn him into Josh Allen where it doesn't matter who he's throwing to.
That's possible,
so,
too.
Dude, don't ask for too much, because this guy's so talented. He's going to lift a lot of dudes up.
But also we haven't seen him do it without this kind of talent.
And that's what Terry's saying. Like, look, he's great, but he was throwing to me.
I think that, man, they're in a tough spot with him. Deebo Samuel's there. He helps. He's a couple years younger than McLaurin, but
Deebo's hurt.
Or excuse me, DK Metcalf, not Deebo. Yeah. But he hasn't been great in a while.
Well, up until last year, Scary Terry was the face of this franchise. He was the only dude of merit that was making any kind of splash statistically, fantasy football-wise. Everybody knew who he was because he consistently performed with bad quarterbacks. So I do think that guys like that deserve, because of the way other players look at your franchise, the benefit of, okay, he's been here, he's done that, he's stuck through it, and he gets paid a little bit extra. I think that helps in the grand kind of society of professional football players.
So do you pay Deebo, or because Deebo and McLaurin are both in final year of their contract?
I pay the guy I know.
Okay.
And even though Deebo was, they both bring merit. Deebo's just a more multifaceted kind of dude. I can play him some different places. But Scary Terry, if we're just comparing wide receiver to wide receiver, pretty even. Debo does a little bit more, though. I'm not going to get around that.
Frank says Scary Terry's the best wide receiver in the league. Pay the man.
See, I mean, I get the argument. I don't agree with that, though.
That's quite frankly an absurd statement.
He's very good.
And if you pay him like he is the best wide receiver in the league, that's how your team turns to junk real fast.
Yeah, you start looking like Cincinnati.
Do not pay the 15th best receiver in the league Justin Jefferson money. That's rule number one. I say 15th. He's probably better than that. I mean, he was a second team All Pro last year.
He's a stud, but there's other things in play here. But I do want him to get what he has earned, and he has earned a bit of equity on this team.
But also, man, that's a tough way to run the business.
It is, but I say
sports more than anything is like sort of a cutthroat business, and the NFL of all of them is the most cutthroat.
But the Masters.
You start to lose it, they say, that's it, buddy.
I know. But the Masters figure out the guys that you have to keep. There's some guys that I'm willing to overpay because he is greater than some of his parts. He adds more to this team just than catches and all that. And I do think he is the fabric of that organization, truly. I mean, he was there before Jaden. He was there before Quinn. And he was the best dude around keeping things floating.
I don't disagree, but I don't think it doesn't mean that you can pay him.
And I still think he's probably got 3 years, no matter what, of pretty solid play. Even if things collapse, I think even a downgraded Scary Terry's worth, mid-20s.
I mean, I agree. Like, I think he is. I just don't think he's going to take mid-20s.
Well, that's the other part of this argument. I do want him to be honest with himself. I want his representation to realize where he is in this world, but I also want the organization to go, I'm willing to go above and beyond because you've done it for us. And that's all I really ask of organizations, just to understand the commitment and place the money in the right places. Not everybody earns this. Not everybody earns the professional respect of I'm willing to give you a little bit more because of what you've done for me, because I can't afford that. But he has.
Do you remember when I say this like you might not, but obviously you'll remember when the Cowboys got kind of pressured into paying Sean Lee.
Yeah.
And he got a huge deal despite the fact that his knee was clearly bust. Like he'd been through all these injuries, a toe injury. Like he was so diminished, but they were like, he's been the fabric of this team. This is Mr. Cowboy. We got to pay this guy. And they paid him. And then I think they went, oh man, we probably shouldn't have given this guy a 6-year extension or whatever it was. Like that might have been a mistake. And now you're talking about much higher stakes at a much higher stake position than middle linebacker. Like that's what my fear is. Like you can't pay guys for what they've done for you previously in the NFL because that's how you get bit in the ass. Well, you have to pay guys for future projection.
The problem is that's just the way Cowboys play all their players. You get paid once you've performed, not right before. And once you've performed, you always get paid more. And that wasn't the first time that Jerry had done that, and it won't be the last. And Sean, it's funny that not only did they extend Sean, but Sean retired, and they still, it was a salary cap hit. And very quickly thereafter, remember they drafted the kid out of Notre Dame that had the drop foot problem.
Yeah.
And then Jerry overpaid him too. Yeah. So there's something about Jerry and linebackers who are injured off that you get paid. But Sean was one of those guys you go, I get it. You know what I mean? And if it was only him, that's okay. Every team has one of those guys that it's okay because there's other stuff that he brings, but you could only give it to one guy. You can't you paid Sean, so now I got to pay left guard. No, you get to pay one dude that's the transcendent guy that's going to be the one that keeps the corporate lore, that keeps the corporate knowledge for players in play. And it has to be a guy of respect, of work, of ethic, of time. And some guys fall into that, and I think Terry's the guy for them, and we can use the Sean Lee example for that time because it did kind of matter on a team that was fluctuating. It was a terrible overpay, but I get why he did it for him. But I think the reasoning for Sean was very different than Terry just because that's just what Jerry did at that time. Your name is big, you're important to us, and whether you're playing or not, you're going to get paid. We like you.
Oh, well, you could make the argument that if McLaurin is what all these things you're saying, like he's the good guy and all that, he shouldn't be missing mandatory mini camps, right?
Well, I think he is telling them what I'm saying. Like, look, I've been here through thick and thin. I'm the one that will be the one carry through. And this is only mini camp. We're only talking about practice. I'm second team all NFL. I think I can get by without missing a week. I think we'll be all right.
All right, I got to tell you guys about L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop. Guys, if you're in the oil and gas business, and a lot of people down here in San Antonio are, whether you're drilling down on the Eagle Ford Shale or you are managing saltwater disposal, listen up. You got to keep your pumps running. That is critical, and San Antonio being right here in the heart of the Texas's oil and gas industry, there's over 90 oil and gas extraction businesses in our San Antonio, New Braunfels area, and that means thousands of employees going to work every day. And if they're at work and they can't work because, equipment shuts down, now you're talking about a bunch of man hours, a bunch of money lost. And L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your local trusted partner for all your pump repair needs. They specialize in everything from saltwater disposal pumps to heavy-duty H pumps. They've got a 24/7 on-site service. They've got parts stocked, so you're not going to have to wait around, cost yourself days. When I worked in the oil field, I knew how important it was to get the stuff that we needed on time. L&S understands that as well. If you got a knocking pump or low flow, L&S offers flat rate preventative maintenance so you can avoid surprises, keep your pumps running at peak performance. Give them a call today, 936-853-3810. That's 936-853-3810 for L&S Pump Repair. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head into your early morning commute, we're still working this accident northwest of downtown on I-10. Lower level, westbound right as you approach Cincinnati, right around Culebra. Get reports of an accident taking up the left lane. Road work continues on 35 southbound Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard. This is our heaviest delay this morning. It's about 30 minutes to get through. Two right lanes are blocked as you stop and go from FM 3009. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw
Nitro Series
is back. 5 events, 4 locations.
1 explosive season.
Top fuel, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. That's IHRA.com.
School's out, summer's in, and that vacation countdown is officially on. But what about your four-legged MVP? Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit in Selma has your furry family member covered. Daycare, boarding, grooming, and training, they've got it all. They're built for your pet's health, happiness, and tail-wagging good times. If you're in the military, your teacher, or your first responder, they've got barking good exclusive discounts. So go ahead, book that trip, hit the beach, crush your summer plans. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuit has your pet in good hands. Because home away from home isn't just for humans. Bluebonnet Bunk and Biscuits in Selma.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
South Texas summer is no joke. With temperatures in the triple digits, your roof takes a beating. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're local, family-owned, and ready to help. Get a free, no-obligation roof inspection from a team that knows South Texas weather. Whether it's commercial or residential, a small repair, or a whole new roof, get peace of mind with Stevens Roofing. Call 210-785-0994 today. Stevens Roofing has you covered.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
At Natural Bridge Caverns, the passage of time and moving water have carved out a massive underground creation. Hidden Wonders. Our newest cave tour. Watch thousands of lights reveal otherworldly sculptures in a massive canyon with a sound and light show finale. Or visit the largest of our 2 caverns with a discovery tour, winding through majestic rooms with incredible formations. Above ground, top off your adventure with a zip along the sky rails on our towering ropes course. Choose your adventure at naturalbridgecaverns.com.
L&S Pump Repair Machine Shop, your go-to for saltwater disposal and pump repairs, on-site service 24/7, parts on hand, and full pump packages ready to roll. Call L&S 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the latest from college football's Big 12 Media Days happening up in Dallas. Deion Sanders with some interesting things to say about a salary cap. Plus, we'll talk NFL with the great John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagel, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Give me 50 feet, Vic.
Yeah.
What? Here's a little story about a player like me.
Yay!
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, I ordered a Long Island. We went to a wing
A
restaurant.
bad decision in a glass.
Oh, yes, that is.
Well,
That's
ordered,
my wife's favorite drink.
I ordered one. My wife was like, "What?"
What? How old are you?
And I was like, "It's like I saw it on the cocktail menu. It sounded good."
What do you want, Strawberry Hill next?
Long Island iced tea, huh?
And then as soon as I finished drinking, I was like, "Oh my god, why did I order this?" Like,
Feel awful.
Put a few back and let's go watch Porky's.
that is like that drink is made for one reason and one reason only.
Yep.
That ain't built to like get you a light buzz.
No,
that's
you're in a
That's
hurry
to get you there.
to catch you up.
That is trying to get you there. Hey, you want to go see the Gunslingers
I
take
do.
on the Arizona Rattlers? Oh, well, then never mind. I'm not going to give these tickets away. Rob just took them.
No,
Family 4-pack.
No, I would not presume to give.
Oh,
away
okay,
these
good.
fine
Okay,
tickets.
good. Gunslingers and the Rattlers. We got a family 4-pack July 19th at the Freeman Coliseum. I was going to give them away right now, but I don't. Vic just
Your
left.
producer just ran out the door. Maybe it should be a brigade bar.
Brigade bar thing it is. Let's see. What's something we talked about earlier in the show?
You are going to be heading a location, flying over something else.
Oh, that's true.
Discussion.
Where am I going on? Where am I flying to after the show today? That is the big question. First person in the Brigade bar to say where AJ's flying to, you win a 4-pack of tickets to the Gunslingers, July 19th at the Freeman Coliseum. Boom. Just like that. Boom.
Just like a fighter on a golf course.
Boom. Bang. 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 Oh, how great is that? I need to do that. Next time I get in a fight, God, I hope I never get in another street fight or golf course fight. But as a 45-year-old man, it's like, 44. Hopefully I don't get in one before then. I do want to say bang when I'm punching someone. That's my my big goal.
I think if you haven't already hit it at 45, you shouldn't aspire to it.
Yeah.
That's an aspiration in your teens and 20s.
Maybe I should have done that when I was fighting.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
you
when I
had
was
your
like-
opportunity. Some things you just need to put aside.
When I was fighting legally, that might have been
Maybe when
another-
next fight night comes out, something like that, you can
Maybe
do it,
so.
do it via video game.
Kingsley is our winner. Kingsley
Well done,
Key
Kingsley.
is our winner. Knows I'm going to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Via the Bermuda Triangle.
Kingsley, we'll have you call in here in a little bit. Vic is dropping a deuce right now.
Dropping
so,
a deuce on everybody.
Yeah, we can't quite give him away yet. The New York Yankees have designated DJ LeMahieu for assignment. Basically moved on from him. He's been there since 2019. He's still owed $15 million for next season and $15 million for the rest of this season. in essence, it means the Yankees are eating about $22 million in exchange for just getting him off the roster. And you would think, well, that's horrendous, right?
Well,
like he must be playing really, really poorly. He's hitting .266, and he's been their second baseman, but he is not good defensively, and he's been kind of banged up. And the Yankees said Jazz Chisholm is going to go from third base to second base. We're going to shuffle some things around, and LeMahieu is going to start coming off the bench. And LeMahieu told the club in the offseason he was physically unable to play third base anymore. Like, it's just not going to work for him.
Sounds like what's his name from the third for the third baseman for what's his name?
What team?
No, it's from the movie. But anyway, it's from the movie. From Major League. The
Roger Dorn?
Yeah, it sounds like Dorn.
Yeah.
I physically can't do it.
Yeah. Well, so basically they decided, like, the guy was peeved that he's not going to be playing second base anymore.
So when you hear a player say that, when you hear a player say, look, I can't or I won't do something, doesn't that tell you enough about him? Doesn't it tell you why they're buying him out? That's all I needed to hear. Like, he's not a team guy. He's not going to do anything other than what he's expecting from himself. And I get why you pay a guy $22 million to go away. I'd rather not have you around and pay through the nose than have a dude like you around who won't do anything for the team. We know you can play third base. We know you can play second base. You just don't want to. And I don't want a guy like that around.
I don't really. It's almost kind of, and I mean, the Red Sox just went through this thing with Rafael Devers.
And I think we're seeing more and more as these – and the sad thing about it, as the dollar values just continue to escalate, $20 million, sadly, over a couple of years ain't that much money, especially to the New York. You know, it's cheaper to just let you go than it is to put up with your crap. And you see a guy like Lindor that really truly matters to the team, and they're like, you know what, as good as it is for us, it ain't good enough, man. Yeah. I'm ready to just let you go because the misery's not worth it.
Hey, Vic Kingsley, we tried to give away something on the phone, but you were gone.
I had to. Sorry, it was life or death. I couldn't. I don't care.
But Kingsley is the winner, so expect a call from him.
All right,
you can go and call in Kingsley. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like.
Do you like this? Do you like the idea that a team will go, you know what, get the hell out of here?
No, but I mean, especially. The guy's still got, there's usefulness to him. It's not like this guy's hitting 205.
Yeah, they're lesser.
It's not a disaster.
But
I also kind of understand, like, okay, well, if we think it's best defensively for us to have this here and this guy coming off the bench and he's going to be pissed off, unhappy coming off the bench, then
life's too short. You're not that good.
Yeah, maybe you do let him move on.
But what bothers me is I know the Kansas City Royals can't do stuff like that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's that's what bothers me. I like the fact that a team can do it, but not every team can, and
Sure.
I have an issue with that.
But I mean, I guess when you factor in the guy's he's had injury issues, he's hardly there. It's hard to rely on him. They're saying, well, maybe it's just better to take our losses and move on. And also it kind of gives him a chance. Like, if you still think you're an everyday player, go be an everyday player somewhere.
Prove it. But you just, for now, it just ain't worth it, brother. I just don't want to put up with it.
But it is I mean, like you said, you signed, like the Yankees signed him, it was 6 years, $90 million, which now in hindsight is like a bargain. At the time, DJ LeMahieu was like one of the better free agents in baseball, signed for 6 years and $90 million. Now, like, that's not even 2 years of Ohtani. Like, think so. It's funny how the market has changed in just 6 years or 7 years. But the idea that, you know, the Athletics could never do this.
Yeah, that's what
the Royals could never do this.
I don't like that because that'll, you know, it allows you to buy your way out of a problem where, you know, Kansas City has to be dead on. We can't make these kind of mistakes.
Right.
We're stuffed with that kind of thing. So that's the only issue I have.
Well, that's why they generally don't give 6-year free agent deals.
Yeah, all of those combined. is another reason just to hate the Yankees.
Yep.
You know, like, okay, you can afford to do that.
Well, we got plenty of reasons for that. Now the discussion is what's going to happen with the Yankees. Nolan Arenado has been kicked around as a trade possibility from the Cardinals. Obviously, the Cardinals stink. And Arenado is not like prime Nolan Arenado anymore, but he's still pretty solid. The Pirates have a kid named Cabrian Hayes.
Don't help him.
Well, I mean, that's what these teams do. They're like, well, if we can get a couple prospects for some player that we can't keep anymore, then might as well. All right, we're halfway there on a Thursday.
Should be a song.
That's right. Living on a Prayer. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw
Nitro Series
is back. 5 events, 4 locations.
One explosive season.
Top fuel, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. It's IHRA.com.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hi, I'm Jason Thompson. I'm a personal injury attorney, and since 1994, I've been helping people and their families seriously injured or killed by negligent drivers. My website is alawyer4us.com. I use that phrase because I know that there's no way a regular San Antonian can possibly beat a billion-dollar insurance company alone. You will need an experienced attorney to stand up for you and get what you and your family deserve. This month, my father will retire after 50 years of practicing law, doing what he taught me to do, help people in need. Stand up for the people that cannot. Use the skills you have to help the people in your community when and where you can. When an insured driver seriously injures someone, a billion-dollar insurance company uses everything it can to pay as little as possible. Every insurance company you have heard of has a very large staff of attorneys already working against you. If you or a family member has been seriously injured because of a negligent driver, call me, Jason Thompson, as soon as you can after a collision. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or check out my website, alawyer4us.com.
When it comes to keeping your pumps running smooth, L&S Pump Repair has you covered. 24/7 on-site service for saltwater disposal and pump repairs. From Quintaplex to H-Pumps, they've got parts ready and the skills to get you back in the game fast. Need a whole new pump package? L&S builds custom skid packages too. Don't let knocking pumps or slow flow slow you down. Call L&S Pump Repair 936-853-3810. Keep your flow strong, San Antonio.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Joel, I'm proud to introduce my latest in-summer relaxation relief-cation. I call it the Quarter Moon Grill and Go. It's a stainless steel propane gas grill with this, a full-size urinal. If you're gonna grill and you gotta go, it's the Grill and Go.
Folks, at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we fix plumbing and AC issues fast and at a fair price. 210-651-5899.
Grill and
Go away, Nigel. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're gonna be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GROW25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GROW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GROW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code GROW25.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Got a new trouble spot on 35 southbound at 1604. It's a broken down vehicle, left lane blocked. This ongoing road work at 35 southbound, Thousand Oaks on down to Randolph Boulevard is causing about a 25-minute delay. Right lane closed as you stop and go from Weiderstein. On I-10 westbound, the off-ramp to Zool Road, far east side of town, that is road work, exit ramp blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are bringing back Jordan McLaughlin on a one-year, $3 million deal. He was acquired last season as part of the De'Aaron Fox trade. The groups for the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup this year have been drawn, and the Spurs will be in Group C in the West with Denver, Golden State, Houston, and Portland. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Centergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Big 12 Media Days are going right now up in Frisco, Texas.
I remember when there used to be a road show. We used to get in cars and drive from one campus to another. They didn't have everybody together.
Oh, really?
It was a lot more fun back then.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You'd roll into town with everybody else from all the different newspapers and TV stations. And
when I used to go, it was always in Kansas City.
Yeah,
Kansas City, Missouri.
It was up in Kansas City, which was stupid as well. Most of us were from Texas, but this one, back the road days, you'd just get in the car and about over a week, you had about a break, about 3 days between the two, and everybody'd roll into town, and they'd feed and drink you, and you'd meet the players and then head on out.
The big news that's come out so far, at least, they're having it up there at the Star in Frisco, and the big news from yesterday was the quote from Deion Sanders about a salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, this stuff has gone crazy. Nobody knows where it's going to land, where it's going to end. I would see a player and see he got an offer from another school, and I'm trying to figure out, how's that possible when the guy isn't in the portal? How is that? Now, if that was one of my players, y'all would be all over it. I'm trying to figure out how someone can say, you got a $5 million offer. How? And the kid's not in the portal. We got to be upright and upstanding. And Saunders actually, he gave some credit to Joey McGuire. He said, Joey's got some money. Joey, where you at, baby? Spending that money. I love it. I love it. Once upon a time, you guys were talking junk about me going in that portal. Now, when everybody's going in the portal, it's okay. It's cool when they do it.
Settle down.
It's a problem when I do it. Ain't that a rap song?
Settle down.
Your thoughts on the idea of a...
I don't need it. We don't need a salary cap.
What's the answer then?
Portal limitations. Portal is the answer. Salary cap, heck, you have that will never. It never stopped before. There's no salary cap in college football. There never has been. Before we could talk about it, there wasn't a salary cap, and there never will be. Now, there'll be a limit to how much an institution can pay. But to try to limit the money anywhere, it ain't going to work. So what do? Well, you find other ways to protect your players, and the portal is the answer. It's too easy to leave. It's just too damn easy. Now, I don't want everybody locked down, but I do think once you commit to a school as an 18-year-old, you're licensed to contract, and it should be a minimum a 2-year deal. That's it. You don't get to leave for 2 years. Now, after that, or you can leave whenever you want, but the money doesn't go with you.
Right. There is, I mean, Texas Tech is it's of note here because it's sort of the new billionaire, the financial superpower, the newest one to show up. They just bought an offensive tackle, Felix Ojo, spent millions of dollars on him. And apparently they've become the favorite for the number one player in the class of 2027 is an edge rusher named LaDainian Guyton. And it's not because of Texas Tech's long-standing football tradition.
No,
it's because
it's a guy named Cody Campbell, who played at Tech, who made it big in the oil business, and has now become the de facto general manager of the Texas Tech football team. He has a parking space there. He works the campus, and he works like a general manager. He acquires talent. And he, along with the Matador Club, like the 12th Man or the Longhorn, whatever they are the beneficiaries that I don't know if we can, nor should we try to limit that money because these guys have it to burn and they're going to spend it. But I do think you'd limit the way players can leave. And I think when you hear a guy, especially like Deion, going, "Hey man, how do you have an offer? What are you talking about? You're not even on the market." That is just a sign of, yeah, we've gone too far. I mean, it's just gotten out of hand, and we're never going to stop some things. Let's not pretend like we can, but we can stop the rapid movement of players.
Well, there's an article on The Athletic talking about how it's almost like a reverse Moneyball thing, because that's what it's been in the past was how can you build, like Moneyball was how can you build a lineup on the cheap and compete with the big boys?
Now it's just throw money at it. Just buy.
The inverse of that is what happens when a traditionally mid-level football program gets the kind of money to go head-to-head with the big boys? Can that work?
Well, we had this discussion yesterday about teams that could win a title over the next 20 years, and there's, you can name the 10 that you expect to be a part of it. Well, this is the wild card. The Cody Campbells, the billionaires that show up and say, for the next 3-4 years, I got hundreds of millions of dollars to spend, and that's the way I'm going to spend it. And you can indeed turn a franchise, we think. No one's done it, but I think if it's ever been possible, now's the time that it could indeed happen.
But the problem is when you get, like Texas Tech gets a guy like Cody Campbell, I mean, Cody Campbell's not richer than all the Texas donors. He's not richer than all the Ohio State donors. Like, he's got crazy money, don't get me wrong. But is he going to outspend those programs? I think
Double Eagle Energy is valued currently at $4 billion. He can spend as much as any university on his own. Keep in mind, it was easy for A&M to come up with $75 million. So there's some schools out there that will spend a lot of money. But on an annual kind of thing, I think he's spending right up there with Texas and Texas A&M and Bama and Georgia and LSU. I imagine the outlay is right there with him, and there ain't much more. But I do know money finds money, and if you got one big investor that's willing to go all in for 100, I might be in for 40 just because I'm watching him do it. So he might be able to bring some in that wasn't there before. But I do think for a short term, I think he's spending with the best of them, man.
Well, it says here, if Ohio State and Texas are blue bloods, consider Texas Tech green bloods and seeing if they're. But remember, you got to remember, Texas Tech and Ohio State and these types of programs, they've got a bunch of money too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they have a history. They've got,
and that's what Tech has to overcome is the history and the greatness of these institutions, and you're going to have to match that money and then some. But I'll tell you what, for the short term, man, it doesn't take all that much to get yourself from average to really, really good.
Yeah.
But they're never going to be 3 deep. They're never going to be even 2 deep. But those starting 11 on one side of the ball, starting 18 of these dudes probably could play just about anywhere in the country.
Because that's like they got this big offensive tackle. They might get this big edge rusher. The difference is, like, okay, you go there, these few guys, you're going to get big money. At Texas, it's like, okay, every offensive lineman who shows up, you get $50K in a truck.
Yeah, automatically. We know that.
And it's like, man, that's now you got 7 or 8 dudes versus just the one who got.
Let me tell you that you're that's the cautionary tale that I watched live out at A&M. That number 1 recruiting class that came in, all those guys got paid, and all the 3 and 4 stars that were coming from Waxahachie and Hutto. We're watching all these other dudes get all the cash, and those 3 and 4 stars were actually playing. Right. The other guys weren't showing up for practice, so it cracked the team. I mean, the team was falling apart because if you were getting paid, you only had to show up for Friday walkthrough and Saturday game. You weren't there on Tuesday and Wednesday because, hey, man, you're high dollar. What are you going to do to me? So that did happen. We watched it happen, and it cost them the number 1 recruiting class in the country. Half those dudes left within a year, and the other half were gone within 2, and the head coach, $75 million. So just because you spend it doesn't mean you get any kind of return on your investment.
I just believe that money's obviously a huge factor in winning in today's college football world, but I still don't think it's the only factor, which is why I think like what Texas Tech is doing is it going to make them more competitive than they've probably ever been? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But do I think Texas Tech's going to be able to overcome the history of college football and like suddenly in 1 or 2 years build this roster that's going to be able to win 4 playoff games? Yeah. I just don't.
Nobody ever ran a 4-minute mile. Somebody didn't climb Mount Everest till they did.
I mean,
and
you're right.
Like I said, this has never been done before. We've never been able to openly go buy a team and openly go buy a college championship with just overt, obvious money. This has never been out there before. So we assume it won't work because we assume that the money has always been there. Just now we talk about it. And it never has before, so why should it now? But this is just an overt money grab. I mean, you go to Tech, you get a McLaren and $1 million to play softball. I mean, so it might actually freaking work, and they might build a tradition where money is only a secondary thing, like the top 15 schools in the world. But the odds are against it. I mean, it's still Lubbock.
Well, and also, yeah, and I mean,
it's still at the end of the day, you're out in the middle of West Texas,
and we don't know yet how this Campbell fella feels about. What happens if you spend huge money for 3 years and you don't get any returns?
Those guys go away. These short-term spenders don't last. The guys that last are the ones that build the endowment where there's a very limited amount of money you get to access every year. And if you can't, like the Boone Pickens money that's at Oklahoma State, that'll be there for another 100 years. It's not going anywhere. So this Tech money, yeah, Cody Campbell could wake up tomorrow and go, I'm sick of this. I'm done. Oil business went bust. I don't have any more. And he moves away and everything else dries up.
Yeah. It doesn't see, I mean, and Gilbert says, I do not see how Tech can turn it around in a year, maybe 2 to 3 years. The problem is you don't really have 2 to 3 years anymore.
I think that football team, it's going to take you 3 years. And I think that's the limit. But you're right. You get 3 years. And at that point, all the administration is either fed up or fired or needs a raise. I mean, one or the other. So, yeah, you don't have a lot of turn time. Not at all.
And you got to, not only do you have to build it over 3 years, you got to keep everybody else's claws out of them like Dion's talking about. You got to keep, like, if you got some quarterback who's playing really well, there's going to be somebody calling him.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I think the fix is not the money, it's the portal. You just got to have to lock these guys in for we don't want to. This was the reason we started all this, but there was a reason why this existed. It was a necessary evil, and I think we're starting to realize that.
Yeah. And, like Louisville came and took Tyler Shuck away from Texas Tech.
What would Miami or Georgia do without transfer quarterbacks lately? I mean, yeah, there's outright theft going on.
I mean, technically, Georgia won with a walk-on. They'll be okay. But
yeah,
these second-tier programs, like, you got to keep them.
I think that there is an alumni at every university who's hit it big.
Sure.
And you just hope that this works for them, for all those other schools and those dudes that are sitting on the sidelines going, I always wanted to be a big deal around this school. I always wanted to be, I was, a little nothing when I was here, but now I can, walk in and be the king of all I survey. And I like that idea. I want other alumni to go, you know what, for a couple of years, I'm going to go be the king. I'm gonna have a hall named after me. I'm gonna have the best parking spot. I'm gonna be sitting next to the president. I'm gonna go to the football games and hang with the team, and then I'm gonna go broke in a couple years, and somebody else will take my place.
You should do that.
I wish I had that kind of. I'm on the hook for Jimbo.
That's true.
I'm still paying a
You're
coach
still
that's
paying
gone.
the Jimbo bill.
We got other bills to pay.
That's tough. All right, I got to tell you guys about Carbach Brewing. My good friends over at Carbach. My sister was drinking up my Carbach last night. Kind of peeved me a bit. She found some Love Street in the fridge, just popped it right open, like no big deal. All right, well, I guess. But, man, it just goes to show there's something for everybody. My sister is not going to drink IPAs, so she was passing on the Hopadillo. But Love Street, that's right up her alley. It's a Cold-style blonde. It's their best seller. It seems to be the drink of choice for the gals, especially. They love that thing. But if that's not it either, Crawford Bock, Ziegenbach, they've got the Ranch Waters. They've got right now, the Rhubarb, which is their Fun Series beer, seasonal. Fantastic summertime beer. Cannot wait to drink them by the pool when I get back from Puerto Rico. So, guys, if you haven't tried Carbach, what are you waiting for? They're all over your grocery stores and your liquor stores, of course, but they are also in the bars and restaurants all around the city. So when you're out and about this weekend, I wish I could get it in Puerto Rico, but you're lucky here in San Antonio. Go ahead and ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
Array, the College of Healthcare Professionals, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney and have been representing people injured in auto and commercial truck collisions right here in San Antonio, my hometown, since 1994. Getting into a collision can be a life-altering event. Your health and recovery is the only thing that really matters, and anyone that's ever been injured in a traffic collision will tell you that. How do you get the insurance company to pay? Simple. Call me. As your attorney, my job is to get you through this. The decisions you make immediately after a collision are the most important decisions you can make. If you call me as soon as you can after a collision, I will help you make the right decisions for you and your family. Remember, I do not charge for a consultation. Growing up on the southwest side of San Antonio, when Loop 410 was the edge of town, I know how overwhelming it could be to face a giant insurance company all on your own. Just keep it simple. Call me. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website at lawyerforus.com.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone! Come back! It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life! Come back!
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
By texting 64000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Real Success. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at ourrealsuccess.com.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses and acquiring rental properties right here in San Antonio without using your own money? You'll learn to flip houses and secure rental properties in your spare time to get on track towards real wealth building. We're offering a handful of motivated individuals the opportunity to attend our workshop right here in San Antonio for free. That's right, we'll give you 2 free tickets when you text EARN to 64,000. San Antonio is the perfect market to flip houses and build rental income. Don't miss this opportunity. Come to a complimentary live 2-hour workshop next week right here in San Antonio and learn how to start making money flipping homes and building long-term wealth with rental properties. To get 2 free tickets, text EARN to 64,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and registrants will also receive a free copy of our Funding for Deals guide. Text EARN to 64,000 for 2 complimentary tickets. Text EARN to 64,000.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the latest from college football's Big 12 Media Days happening up in Dallas. Deion Sanders with some interesting things to say about a salary cap. Plus, we'll talk NFL with the great John McClain at 5:15. The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime!
Great news. I got a text from the airline.
Uh-oh.
Flight's been delayed.
Yay!
Now departs at 12:54.
So that's an hour.
And my new arrival time so I connect in Houston. My new landing time in Houston is 2:02. And I board my flight from Houston to Puerto Rico at 2:22.
Good, man. You got to OJ that again.
Is it the same airline?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you got some help.
Well, you're
Yeah,
within
you
the
got some help.
gate.
That hasn't always been the case. I've had airlines not hold flights for me, and I've also had some airlines hold flights. So it depends on how far they are behind. But as long as they know ahead of time, like, hey, let them know at the gate that I'm coming in from San Antonio hot. Hopefully you're not having. Hopefully it's one gate to the next. You're not going from A2 to B29.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell him, hey, I'm baller status with United. You guys better treat me right.
And you roll that way.
Better treat me right.
Yeah.
I'll switch my credit card to Southwest like that.
Overnight. I'm not ashamed. I'll fly Frontier.
Well, I won't do that.
Oh, come on.
No.
Anything to get me there. I just flew Frontier. I flew Frontier. As long as you're not checking bags, there's nothing wrong with Frontier. But you don't get anything, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not.
You got to be treated nice?
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't go Southwest.
Well,
if you got to be treated nice, Southwest ain't. I mean, Southwest is closer to Frontier than it is to.
It is, but that's my biggest complaint about Southwest is like because it's so convenient. Like living here, I'd much rather it'd be way easier on my life to fly Southwest because
you're going to have to. But you will be forced to adopt.
But it is certainly not. The perks of flying United are much better than they are of flying Southwest.
On an individual flight,
There's no Southwest Club in the airports for me to hang out at.
No.
There's no first class for me to get upgraded to.
No. That's why I'm saying Southwest and Frontier are closer to each other than any of the other places.
I know. But United better know where their bread is buttered, buddy.
Have yourself some fun today, man. You are now... Once you walk into an airport, you have to surrender all control.
Like you
have
say,
to
leaf on a stream is what you say.
Once you walk into an airport, you have to become the leaf on a stream because you have no more control. There's nothing you can do or say or pay that will alter your circumstance. If the flight is delayed, it is delayed, damn it. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah. Art says carry on all the way.
That's I've over my years, you just learn to carry on.
I don't like to carry on.
I know, but it's so much easier in and out. It's just it's
Except
a better
you gotta
life.
haul your bags everywhere and it's.
I know that I agree that I used to be an overpacker and now I'm an underpacker.
You are an overpacker still.
I've
when you go to California, you ain't carrying on.
Well, no, I'm not carrying on for a week. No, if you are, ugh. I mean, God, you can only pack so many pairs of Jonas. So I mean, you're only bringing on 3.
You don't
Come
do
on,
laundry
man.
over there?
Yeah, we do laundry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Rob's he's gotta have different shoes for every day.
Yes, that's my. But see, over the years, I'm down.
It's
but,
you see if you saw the suitcase this dude brings to the Oxnard.
His wife brings less, right?
I can't imagine.
We have one that you could, if in fact a murder should ever occur, I know how to get rid of the body.
Yeah.
It's a coffin with wheels.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm off to a bad start, is what I'm saying.
Hey, man, leaf on a stream. The intent is to land at some point in Puerto Rico before midnight. You know what I mean? Just get there. That's all that matters.
First, you learned of the Bermuda Triangle. Now the flight's delayed.
That's the least of your worries, man.
That's
what
true.
Else is next?
Well, the good news is I'm not Ben McLemore. Ben McLemore having a worse day than I am. The ex-NBA and Kansas
he was one of
guard,
the best coming out.
Has been sentenced to 100 months in prison after being found guilty of raping and sexually assaulting a 21-year-old woman after a lake house party in 2021.
Oh, man. Was he still in school?
No, he's playing for the Blazers.
Oh, so he was already out then? Okay.
Yeah. He's 32 years old, so he's not as young as you think he is.
He was going to be a great one. It's too bad.
A jury in Clackamas County, Oregon, found him guilty of first-degree rape, first-degree unlawful sexual penetration, second-degree sexual abuse. Found not guilty on one other count of sexual abuse. He pled not guilty on all 4 accounts. But
took it to trial.
100 months in prison.
You
we
know,
do some quick math here.
That's almost 10 years.
Yep.
About 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
A lot of months.
That's hey man, if you did it, I hope they put you under the jail. And I know what happens to rapists in prison, so you're going to get your just desserts.
Apparently, it says here it happened in October of 2021 at Robert Covington's house in Lake Oswego.
Jeez.
The attorney said the woman had been drinking heavily, passed out on a living room couch, then regained partial consciousness when McLemore sexually penetrated her with his fingers, then began having intercourse with her. She was fading in and out of consciousness, frightened and traumatized. Later that day, she sought a specialized medical examination for victims of assault. And
wow.
Yep, let's put you under the jail, brother.
Yeah. So she apparently didn't know him at all either, which was what she said is he needs to be held accountable for what he did. You can't do that to someone, let alone someone that you don't know. You don't do that to people and just be able to get away with it. I don't care who you are.
Even if it's somebody you do know.
Man.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah. So
well, like if you know someone and you've got a sexual history with them, and you kind of know, like, we're allowed to, like, if my wife's drunk, I'm having sex with her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm down for that. But you know, a stranger who's drunk
that you've never met.
No, they're probably not going to like that. No. He was the 7th pick in the 2013 NBA draft by the Kings. Played for the Grizzlies, Rockets, Lakers, and Blazers. Most recently played overseas in China and Turkey.
He will now star in the Oregon Penal League.
That is right. He will be probably the best player.
I would like to think.
I'm trying to think who might. Yeah, he should be. Rasheed Wallace still no.
She never got in trouble. Which one was it that? It was the guard that got popped with like 20 pounds of weed on his dining room table when his burglar alarm went off, and the cops were looking for somebody else, and they looked in his dining room window and then saw a bag of weed on it.
Yeah, like a trash bag.
Pay no attention to that.
That's not mine. I
think the burglar left it.
The burglar left that. It fell out of his pocket when he was stealing my stuff.
I recommend you hide the weed before you call the cops.
Art says take a hoodie to Oxnard for those chilly fire pit nights.
That's nice, yes.
Oh, yes.
Out on the pier at Eric Erickson's up in Ventura.
Yeah.
First taste of that Pacific breeze.
And then they like to go to the crappy bar. And
the worst bar in the world.
It
the
is
Anchor Bar.
Quite frankly, it is a terrible bar.
It's the worst bar in the world. Oh, it's the worst bar in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
the sand is literally coming in. It's right on the beach.
Where do y'all get your steaks from? Oh, remember, don't you grill?
Yeah,
we have a.
This time we got them at Whole Foods.
Yeah, we get them at Whole Foods.
Okay.
They have 3 or 4 grocery stores around.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we have a steak night.
Jose Bonzi Wells, that's who it was. Good old Bonzi.
Bonzi.
Now, if Bonzi and Ben McLemore end up on the same team, y'all in trouble.
I'll tell you.
Better watch it.
Bonzi and Ben were both buckets, man.
That's right.
Both of them could go get one.
Now, if I don't know, who do they play against? Like the Idaho Penal League? Like, is that the
maybe if you make
you
the
can't
playoffs.
cross state lines.
No.
They'd have to play at the border.
Maybe they take on the federal prisoners. It's
Maybe
the
so.
state versus the feds, and then
Yeah.
they could take on the ICE detainees.
Starring for the for the federal team is the Green River Killer.
The Green River Killer. He's strong in the paint.
Or what is it? The yogurt murderer?
The Green River Killer's like, so wait, you raped her and then you didn't kill her and throw her in the river?
Rookie. Amateur.
They never talk after you kill them and throw them in the river.
Put one in your eye right here. Bam!
And then he hits a 3 on
right
Ben.
on him. Talking smack. I killed 25. Boom!
Boom! Bang! Bang!
Rookie.
Bang! I'll throw you in the lake. Bang!
Did you have a signature move? You didn't. Bang!
But
you didn't tie him up and hang him upside. Bang!
What? I mean, you killed someone who wasn't a hooker? That was a rookie mistake.
Underpants. Whoa, take that with you.
Rookie?
Own it. This one's in your eye. Boom.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
You didn't have a nickname? Boom!
Yeah,
Right in there.
yeah. Gotta love smack talk on the
serial killer smack talk.
on the blacktop outside.
The Green River Killer.
In the yard.
The GRK, baby, right here. Boom!
Green River Killer.
Oh, before they executed him, Ted Bundy was a star in that league.
He had handles, man.
Oh,
he couldn't go left though.
Well, he had a broken hand.
Yeah, that was the problem.
It was always in a cast.
What limited him?
He was like, "Can you help me with this?" And then suddenly he'd tear the cast off and go left on you. It's like I tricked you.
It was a signature move. And a closing move.
Oh, you're a sick person, Rob. I don't know. I can't. Where do you come up with this terrible stuff? All right. How about this? The Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live Show, Glow and Fire at the Frost Bank Center, July 26th or July 27th. You want to go see the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live Show? I bet you do.
I do.
Let's go with caller number 2. Second caller, second person to ring Vic's phone. You're going to win 2 tickets to the Hot Wheels Monster Truck Live Glow and Fire Show over there at the Frost Bank Center. I think you get the choice, July 26th or the 27th, whenever you want to go, Bubba. Your choice. Saturday, or Sunday. That's right. Hot Wheels Monster Trucks, yeah. Bigfoot versus Gravedigger versus Barefoot.
Really? Barefoot?
No,
oh,
he's
good.
not going to
Thank
be
God.
there.
What a lousy
Bear
name.
Paw.
Barefoot.
It is a terrible name. Garbage.
Have like a splinter in the big toe.
Yeah, give me a break. All right. Let's hit a break. And I've got so much more to talk. I don't know if I want to talk more NBA, NFL, lady basketball. There's so many things to discuss. We'll figure it all out next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
I'll tell you what, if you didn't wake up this morning and wash yourself clean underneath a Connecticut water softened shower, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're spinning your wheels, as my dad would say. So many of us aspire to the best, and you think the best is going to cost you. It just is the best, and they can charge for it. Well, Connecticut is certainly the best. Ask your neighbors. They've been around for a long, long time. In fact, I have never owned a home in Bexar County that did not have a Connecticut water softener. I'm a lifer, and you should be too. And so many of us think, well, I can't because I can't afford it. Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, more than ever, Connecticut is the most affordable going. Here's what we got. For the next 90 days, if you'll call them today at 656-PURO, they'll get a brand new water treatment service in your home if you're already plumb for such things. So you can find out that I'm telling you is absolutely true. At the end of the 90 days, when you're ready to buy or lease, so of course you can rent one, but if you're ready to buy one, there's with approved credit, you got 12 months with absolutely no financing costs. There's up to $400 in your old water softener and a gift. A pretty sizable value, actually. The reverse osmosis water station on your sink. I have one. I use it. We don't buy water bottles anymore. We've got it right there, ready for your tea, your coffee, your water, your pets' dishes, and all that. That's just for saying yes. So call 656-PURE. Go to ConnecticutSA.com for all the details. But let me tell you, if you've ever been in the market for a water softener, this is the time, this is the place. Take advantage of it now, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still dealing with that stall on 35 southbound at 1604. It's in the left lane and has you stop and go for now. 35 southbound, Thousand Oaks to Randolph Boulevard, road work, right lane. So we had a couple of lanes closed. We're making some progress. It's still about a 30-minute commute, has you slow from Weederstein. Disabled vehicle as you head out of the San Marcos area, 35 on the frontage road southbound at Posey. That's a broken down vehicle, right lane blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Thomas J. Henry Injury Attorneys, available 24/7.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Are you ready for the all-new Hot Wheels Monster Trucks Live Glow and Fire? Come watch your favorite Hot Wheels Monster Trucks fly, crash, and smash. Thanks to Good to Grow, kids' ticket prices half off. Coming July 26th and 27th to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com.
It's Jason and Joe from the Blitz. Join us at Circa Las Vegas in August for the Circa Sports Ultimate Contest Weekend.
The Blitz will be live at Circa August 21st and 22nd, and then we're staying for the weekend. Come to Vegas with us for the Ultimate Contest Weekend.
Circa Survivor and Circa Million are back. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. So join the Blitz at Circa Las Vegas.
Details and discounted rooms with promo code BLITZ available online at sasportstar.com.
Here's comedian Howie Mandel for hands-free Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins.
I'm holding a new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-in sneaker, and first of all, I barely know I'm holding it. It's that light. You see, Cozy Fit is a cool new sneaker where the upper is made of a soft quilted material. It's kind of like a little puffer jacket for your feet, except it looks like a super stylish sneaker.
Introducing new Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins, the latest comfort creation from Skechers. You can find Cozy Fit Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Member Week is here at Lowe's. Don't miss your chance to get up to 40% off hundreds of items like paint, tools, home essentials, and more. Shop our exclusive deals happening in-store and online now through July 18th. Not a rewards member? Join for free today and get ready to save more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
If you need to hire, it seems like the whole process can be exhausting. You search resumes, wait for the right candidates to apply, set up initial interviews. It's a lot of time and work. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates for your job the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try it for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro is super easy to use. You simply pick a time, and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day. Best of all, you save time and energy.
Try Zip Intro for free right now at this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/radio. Zip Intro. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Once again, go to ziprecruiter.com/radio to try it for free. That's ziprecruiter.com/radio.
When it comes to results, the numbers speak for themselves. Thomas J. Henry secured over $1 billion for clients in the past 4 years and successfully represented thousands of injured Texans. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I really want to know. Game On says, I'm behind and catching up, but AJ, it's been an honor listening to your last show.
Nice.
I don't know if he's talking about getting fired for last segment serial killer basketball game or me going to the Bermuda Triangle.
Probably. I think it's more the triangle. But we've got you a talisman that I found surfing that I'm going to let you wear.
Yeah.
Me and Peter Brady were out surfing, and I found a talisman, and I want you to wear it.
Oh, man.
This will be us on Monday, I think. So where's AJ?
The answer's out there somewhere.
Where is he?
Unsolved mysteries.
The United flight from Houston took off slightly late. And that was the least of A.J. Hoffman's problems.
No
Somewhere
one knows.
Had he not checked a bag.
The near Atlantic.
Had he not checked the bag?
That
he
heavy
would've made
bag
it.
that he had checked.
It was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Last seen somewhere near the American Triangle.
The Triangle of America.
AJ, you've become very famous.
In your absence.
You became very famous.
Hey, we'll keep looking, we promise.
Yeah, we will.
We keep looking.
You ever heard of Jimmy Hoffa, related to A.J. Hoffa? Man,
See?
he
just changed his name.
Also disappeared. I'd never seen him again. We used to play golf together, Jimmy and I. And then one day he stopped showing up. I said, "Where's Jimmy?" Jimmy was a garbage golfer anyway. I'm a scratch golfer. He was trash.
Well, I think it's the Puerto Rican thing that really is going to be the end.
We blame Puerto Rico for the loss of American hero A.J. Hoffman, who fought valiantly in Vietnam for our country. Killed many Charlie. Killed with gun and knife. Real hero. And now he's gone thanks to the Puerto Ricos.
The Puerto Ricos.
The Puerto Ricos. The Puerto Ricoians. They did it. They took him down.
Well, I'll miss you guys. Did you? I love when people lie on the internet and get caught up in it, like they get busted in a lie.
Right.
Michelle Tafoya. I'm sure you guys are familiar with her fine work.
Outstanding sideline reporter.
Oh yeah,
One of the
she's
best
the best.
in the business.
Best in the business. On Tuesday, she said, "Thank you to the flight attendant who handed this to me in flight." And it says, it's a little handwritten note. It says, "If there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please let one of us know. On a personal note, I want to thank you for the work you do. I always enjoyed your work with the NFL, but listening to your podcast is wonderful too. You're a voice of reason. It brings me a little hope in what seems a dark world. Again, thank you." That's a sweet note for Michelle Tafoya to get. The problem with it is Michelle Tafoya had a tweet in May of 2023 that says, "While on a flight to New York City to appear on Gutfeld's show, I was handed this note by a flight attendant. I won't reveal the person's name, but this made my day to say the very least. Maybe this will inspire you to subscribe at my podcast link." And this handwritten note says, "If there's anything we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please let one of us know. On a personal note, I want to thank you for the work you do. I always enjoyed your work with the NFL, but listening to your podcast is wonderful too. Your voice of reason brings us a little hope in what seems a dark world."
Well, it all makes sense.
thank
I
you.
feel the same way. And, I, too, wrote a note, and it says...
And it's the exact
Thank
same
you
handwriting.
for the work that you do.
I mean, this flight attendant has the same handwriting as the other flight attendant from 2 years ago.
Well,
it's unbelievable.
I mean, it was a nice gesture that she remembers twice. I mean, that sucks. That sucks. You see, kids, the internet never goes away. There's receipts floating around out there.
Oh,
it's a good story that she told twice.
You can get away with lying once. Now it makes me not want to believe. I don't even think she got handed that note the first time. I think she wrote that note herself.
I'm sure somebody told her, "You're going to have to tweet out about your podcast. Your subscriptions are dipping." And she went to the tried and true.
You think some lady flight attendant said, "Oh, Michelle Tafoya, I loved you on the NFL broadcast, but you're even better on your podcast, a real voice of reason in these dark times."
Well,
no one said that to her, especially not a lady flight attendant, and this is clearly lady handwriting.
So you're saying she wrote the note
She
to herself?
wrote the note herself.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and maybe there is a flight attendant that is a sports fan that is very much, hey, man.
And just remembered the exact same thing that she wrote.
Well, I think it happened once. I don't think it happened twice, is what I'm getting. I think it did, in fact. Somebody wrote her a kind note.
Do you really believe that?
I think somebody gave her a note.
You're a nice guy. You're giving the benefit of the doubt. But if I
don't
said
think it happened twice.
If I said gun to your head, you believe that someone gave her this note, you would say
No,
yes.
I'm not surprised. Now, the writing's a little odd, but in her position, there's a lot of people that do look up to her. So it wouldn't be that out of the... Now, for it to happen twice, no, that didn't happen. No, I mean, it's a good story, and I appreciate that
Honestly,
you loved it. But no,
the second, and the great thing is she took the photo from 2 different angles.
Yeah.
At least it could have been a different color ink.
But it's so obviously like it's folded. It's folded in the exact same spot on the.
You know what? If I'd have been handed that note, I might carry it in my wallet.
Look what got handed to me again
Very
today.
gently unfold. Look, I've already gotten one of these. You haven't gotten the note from the attendant that says...
They handed it to her because it fell out of your pocket because you keep it all on you all the time.
You dropped your note.
Oh, jeez.
It is folded in the same place.
It's the same note.
It is obviously the same.
This is what, like, honestly, her reposting it makes me not. That's why I don't
know,
believe that it was the real note the first
you're like,
time.
you know what, lady? I'm sorry.
If I would have seen this tweet in 2023, I would have said, "Oh well, look, Michelle Tafoya's got a fan."
And up to this point, I was absolutely indifferent toward you. I thought you were a fine sideline reporter and probably a lovely person. Never met her. Now you look at her sideways, like, okay.
What's crazy is
I'm going to write you a little note.
The one in 2023, I get it, I guess, because like she put a link to her podcast there, so like she was trying to build up podcast numbers.
Mm-hmm.
The one she did this week, there's no link. It's just like a Twitter flex. Like, well, what's the goal here? You're not even gonna get any. You're not gonna get any follows out of this thing. Now you just look like a.
You're a real crumb bum.
You're a real crumb bum.
Unfortunate.
I don't know.
Oh, she's very
she's a good-looking gal.
Yeah, she's been doing it for a long, long time.
But you don't got to sink to these lows. You don't have to do this, Michelle. This is pathetic. It's what are we doing here?
Just trying to. I thought it was an attempt to keep her subscriptions up.
And she didn't even post a link.
And if you're not even going to do that, then it's just a self-serving backpack.
Yeah, hey,
like,
look at me. Look at me.
Look
People love me.
And they continually write me notes. Very specific notes. In fact, I get the same note over and over.
Nothing new.
So they must love me.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I like this. In fact, I might I've got a plan for later today. I might make an in-flight post.
You think you might need to?
Yeah.
Look what I was just given.
Look at the note I was given today. Michelle's gonna go. You didn't get that note. That's my note.
Hey, Michelle, look, flight attendants like me too.
Oh, Michelle. The crazy thing is Michelle hasn't been on a flight in 9 days, and she still posted it. She didn't care. That's like Vic Vic saying, "Look at the note I got on the flight." Yeah. When's the last time you flew, Vic?
96.
Flight attendant just handed me this.
I was flying Braniff last week.
It says, "I love your work on the Morning Huddle. You're a real bright spot in dark times, a voice of reason."
Is that a Pan Am napkin?
No, Lufthansa.
That was on Braniff. You flew Braniff last week?
This is the worst part about being famous too, is people keep up with stuff like this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it doesn't go away.
Especially something like that. Where
Dude,
people go,
so...
I think I remember you posting a napkin a couple years ago.
It's just 2 years. It's not like, come on. Like, you're sitting on a plane, you're bored, you're going through your old photo reel, and you go, oh.
Let me repost it.
I got an idea. Yeah. You know what'll make people think I'm awesome?
There's a...
damn it, I've already done that?
Most of my life can fall back and be attributed to circumstances in 2 primary sitcoms. Seinfeld and Friends. And there's an episode in Seinfeld where he's dating this girl and she writes him a letter that is a line from a movie. Like word for word in a breakup. And he's sitting watching the movie and he goes, wait a minute. And he goes and he gets the note and it's verbatim. So he goes to break up. This is that, like receipts. Like, dude, eventually we're going to check and you've gotten this before. Maybe back in the day you could get away with it. Now there's history.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
We keep up. I'm never going to look at Michelle Tafoya the same.
Nope.
I can't. I mean, now even as a voice of reason, I just can't. I can't trust her. She's like, you might be a voice of reason, but you're an untrustworthy voice of reason at this point, and you've made the times even darker. Quite frankly, times that were already really, really dark now feel even darker. Yeah, that it does bring me joy when they get caught up doing stuff like. I mean, again,
Thank you. Because not only are you a beautiful woman.
I didn't even believe it the first time.
But you're now more beautiful than the first time I wrote this note 3 years ago. You have now blossomed into something even more spectacular. And yet again, let me remind you of how important you are to us.
Yesterday, it's so funny. We the things that we've talked about in recent days, how Devin Booker, the deal that he's getting, 2 years, $145 million. There's an article here by Sam Quinn of CBS that says the Phoenix Suns just spent the better part of the last 6 months desperately trying to get Bradley Beal out of town. Forget about his no trade clause for the moment, but even if he would have waived it, nobody wanted him. It wasn't because he was bad per se, 17 points per game, relatively efficient shooting on a roster that didn't really suit him. He was just overpaid. We're living in the most frugal era in NBA history. Someone worth, say, $25 million per year becomes toxic when he's making $50 million per year. Which brings us to Devin Booker. And it's like, it says the rudderless Phoenix Suns make a desperate overpay to keep a guy that...
At least they kept it short. At least it's only 2 years. Yeah. But my God, I don't blame him for taking the money. You'd have taken the money.
Yeah.
I'd have taken the money.
It says most advanced metrics will tell you that Devin Booker has been a fringe top 15 player or hasn't made that cut as a top 15 player.
I think he's top 15.
He has never finished in the top 15 in the NBA in VORP, win shares per 48 minutes, box plus minus. Last season, he was 72nd, 80th, and 90th in those metrics, respectively. His career best true shooting season is 61.8. That's below Steph Curry's average true shooting season. And, he says, and these are the guys that are the bar to, if you want to be paid like Steph Curry, you've got to show that you're a Steph Curry type. Unless you play for a crumb bum organization that will just give you money anyway. And that's what the Phoenix Suns now are.
He's kind of damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, though. If he walks away from that ridiculous amount of money, people laugh at you.
Yeah, you can't, I don't blame Devin Booker
and if
for
you
this.
Say, you're like, well, yeah, I'll take it.
But I mean,
my God, we're not going to win. You know that, right?
100% Devin Booker is saying, I don't care about winning basketball games.
Well, there is that application where you go, why don't you negotiate down and go, you know what? Let me play LeBron here. Let me try. If you're going to treat me like LeBron, I'm going to act like LeBron. I'm going to put together my team. So I'll take less, but I want you to go get that guy and go get that guy and go get that guy. Act like Giannis. If you're going to get paid like Giannis, act like it.
Well, and then there's another story also on CBS by Sam Quinn. Chet Holmgren just signed a huge extension, but he potentially did the Thunder a favor while doing so.
He did.
So all the things we've been talking about for the last 2 days, it's like people are starting to figure out now, oh yeah. And obviously $250 million, a huge number. But also it's not absurd when you consider what he would be making if he waited one more year. And mind you, let's just say, for instance, Wemby misses 30 games again next year, my money would be on Chet Holmgren winning Defensive Player of the Year.
I can't imagine a scenario where he's not primed to win it. You know what I mean?
He's certainly going to be there to do it. He's in the top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And who knows? Depending on how voters value team defense, because Chet's going to be the best defensive player on arguably the best defensive team.
Well, he'll have highlights. He'll have shot blocks it's hard to highlight great on-ball defense.
Right.
But a shot block only takes a second. You get 3 of those, suddenly you're player of the game.
And if he were to get a Defensive Player of the Year,
then
we're talking about the mega max money. And now Yeah, I mean, again, and he is certainly I think any given year he could be third team All NBA. I don't think that's like an absurd thing for him to aspire to.
At this money, they're expecting it. Now, and the crazy thing about what Oklahoma City has done, because this is on the heels of Shea's money, is these deals are impressive and they're huge, but they don't even count yet. This money down the road, the next 2 years, they got all kinds of money in the bank, so they still have room to play.
Yeah. This was we talked about it yesterday. It's big money, but it could have been bigger.
They're just primed, and I think the more you get a chance to look at it, and as free agency winds down and the rookies we're going to look at them, and everybody's going to go away for a week, and then you truly look at the NBA as a whole, as everything is done, you go, oh no, Oklahoma City is set up for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
And all these peripheral stories that we've been talking about, how the NBA is more frugal now than it's ever been. That second apron, the third rail of finances now. Oklahoma City's spending like crazy, and they still got money in the bank. It just looks like they're just set up for at least the next 3 to 5 years to be the team to beat, both in the way they've spent their money and the talent they're putting on the court.
And for the Thunder, think about this. If he ends up not becoming an all defensive or the defensive player of the year or an all NBA type, the Thunder don't really care because they can win a title with him playing at the level he's at now. And if he does, then they just saved a bunch of money. You know what I mean?
Well, they're gonna. Well, they need him. It's not. He can't just disappear. But
they don't need Chet to be better than what Chet is today.
He doesn't have to be defensive player of the year or win any kind of award.
Yeah, he's like this version of Chet is good enough for them to win titles.
But I think they're paying him because the expectation is by the time
he's going to be that
he's going to be that, because Hartenstein will probably be priced out of the market, and Lou Dort's probably going to be priced out of Oklahoma City. They're going to go make some money, and then by that point they're going to rely on him in that defense, and he's got some years to play with, and they have 2 years to get a guy to fill those spots at a little bit less.
And exactly like Wemby, he is getting better every single from Chet, the beginning, like when we first saw him the beginning when he came back from injury this season to the end of the year, it's like that's a different dude.
Yep. No reason to think it'll stop.
No, I don't. All right. We got 1 hour left before I get lost in the Bermuda Triangle. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Riding the work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association Outlaw Nitro Series is back. 5 events, 4 locations. 1 explosive season. Top fuel, funny cars, promos. You are in the stands. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com. It's IHRA.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been fighting for the rights of San Antonians for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. What is something you see often as a personal injury attorney and protecting your clients?
The one thing we always see without fault in a case is that the insurance company will always reach out to them soon after the collision, and they try to get them to agree to a low settlement. They try to get them to agree to signing a piece of paper. They want them essentially to sign their rights away without ever even consulting with an attorney. Right? In the grand scheme of things, if you sign a piece of paper, you're signing your future interest away. So that's why it's so important to call the Gomez Law Firm, because we make sure we protect your rights, and you're not signing your life away, you're not signing your rights away.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then call the Gomez Law Firm first. 210-736-4040 or visit joegomezlaw.com. Protect your family and protect your rights.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner,
to get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 eastbound at Evers. That's a stall broken down in the center lane. 10-minute delay has you stop and go from Military. 35 northbound approaching Highway 90 south side of town. That wreck is in the left lane. 7-8-minute delay has you sluggish from Division. On the west side, 410 southbound 151. That's a stall off to the shoulder. And 1604 northbound Calabria on up to Lock Hill, Selma, about a 10-12-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
In the NBA, the San Antonio Spurs are bringing back Jordan McLaughlin on a 1-year, $3 million deal. He was acquired last season as part of the De'Aaron Fox trade. The groups for the 2025 Emirates NBA Cup this year have been drawn, and the Spurs will be in Group C in the West with Denver, Golden State, Houston, and Portland. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
9:02 on the Morning Huddle. Chris says 15-10 will get you $250 million. That's crazy. I mean,
that's the modern world.
If you think Chet is just 15-10, though, that's the.
Oh, well, that's not criminal for him.
No.
If he averaged 15, 10, and 5, shoot, I'm a happy man.
Like,
he doesn't need to do much more.
I mean, think about what Rudy Gobert got paid, and Rudy Gobert is literally a 0 on offense. So, like, 15 is for one of the 5 best defensive guys in the league.
I don't think he's been defamatory. I think it's a statement, and that's in fact where we are now.
No, he is.
I know, but at the end of the day,
it's Chris who hates Chet.
If it's 15, 10, and he's averaging 3 or 4 blocks a game, remember, he's never a guy like him. He's never going to be. He's not going to play 15 straight minutes. He's going to get 6 here, sit down for 3, get 8 here, sit down for. He doesn't have the wind to go on, so it's going to be a production per minute thing for him.
Redbird's Junkie brings up something I thought about and I didn't mention today. All 36 P. Terry's locations donating 100% of their profits today to the Central Texas Flood Disaster Relief Campaign. Whether you like P. Terry's or not, it's a different conversation, but this is pretty noble of them to do it. I'll be grabbing lunch. That is cool.
Good idea.
100% of the money they make today is going straight to the relief efforts. That is a very cool thing for a business to do.
All I do is tell people, my kids, everybody, do something. I don't care what you do, and if this is what you do, go do it.
Yep. Throw some money around. Go eat a burger.
Do something.
Whatever you can do, man. I'm going to do like Ted Cruz. I'm going to fly to Puerto Rico.
Hey, man, it's something. It's something.
I'm going to get out of the way.
Just
like
get
you
out
guys,
of the way.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of you guys' way. So you guys
got
can
plenty of time to do something. This ain't going to be gone when you get back.
Well, we'll see. We'll
do
see.
Something.
We'll see if everything's fixed when I get back. If you've got a chance to do something, it is a noble thing. And if you don't have a chance to do something, don't just go eat a burger today.
That's what I'm saying. That's something.
It is a way to do it. I saw this is a terrible thing. There was a couple former UFC fighters in the news yesterday. Ben Askren was talking about how he died 4 times before he got his lung transplant. Like it basically was flatlined, and they brought him back.
And he's fighting now?
No. He's like in a hospital bed still trying to recover. Remember, he had the real bad pneumonia, and he went into like a coma and then got a full lung transplant. And then Randy Couture, who is like one of the OG, greats of the UFC, got airlifted in Kansas City yesterday. He's been practicing to debut on the National Hot Rod Association.
What?
Like he wants to drive an NHRA car, like a drag racing car, and he got into a crash and suffered first, second-degree burns, trauma injuries, and smoke inhalation. And he is, I think he's in stable condition now. So he's
like he's the oldest generation of UFC fighters. They're older than that?
Yeah.
So there's guys that are in their mid-60s that were UFC fighters.
Yeah. Well, but Randy Couture was old when he started.
Okay.
But yeah, there was a generation before him.
63.
Yeah.
I mean, that's older than me.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I didn't think I'd been. I didn't know UFC had been around that long. I felt like I'd been here from the get-go.
I mean, first UFC happened in like 1994, I think.
But even then, 63. I mean, that would be my age at 94. I mean,
yeah, but I mean, like, you got to think most of the guys that were doing it were in their 20s, 30s at that point. So, I don't know. He was always an older guy, and he fought late into age.
The funny thing is, he's so old. It's been so long since he fight. When you Google him, he comes up as American actor.
Oh, because he was in the Expendables.
He doesn't come up as a former UFC. He has now transcended that. Is now American actor who was a UFC fighter.
Really?
That's what when I Googled him. That's how it came up.
I would still think I would still think that would be your headline is that, I was a two division UFC champion, but I guess as long as you've got a Wikipedia page, you're doing okay, I suppose.
Well, I've seen some rather unflattering Wikipedia pages.
AJ, you become very famous.
I guess David Berkowitz has a Wikipedia page. But at least he's famous, right? That's all that matters. Guys like me, I die in the Bermuda Triangle, no one will ever remember.
Mm-hmm.
No. If the son of Sam died in the Bermuda Triangle, people would say, "Oh man,
what was he doing on a plane?
What was the son of Sam doing flying to Puerto Rico?" I know. Well, I can only hope that he's not on my flight. Only hope. But who knows? Maybe he could be. Maybe he's the reason it's delayed. I hope not. I hope they're not. I guess he's in prison in New York. He wouldn't be at what's the big prison in California called that you said earlier?
San Quentin.
San Quentin. Attica is the New York one,
Attica
right?
or Sing Sing, New York.
I wonder which one he's at.
Pelican Bay. I did time there too.
Hmm.
He was in the shoe and Pelican. Don't want to get into it. It's tough times.
Let me see. Where are you at, David Berkowitz? He's in a made-up place. Sean Gunk Correctional Facility.
Who's this?
David Berkowitz, the son of Sam.
Oh, he's not in a prison?
Well, yeah, I guess it's a prison. It's a maximum security prison. I've never heard of it. I thought he would be at like Attica or one of those famous prisons. He's the only notable inmate. Oh no, he's not. That the guy. Remember the guy who did the what they call it, the preppy murder that Robert Chambers killed that Jennifer Levin girl in the park. He's there too. But they're the notable killers that are in that prison. It's probably,
good place to work.
Yeah, it's probably real posh. And probably, PlayStation 5 and all that stuff there. He's not going to want to waste his time in Puerto Rico. All right. Claymore says Denver Golden State Rockets in that Cup group, the Emirates Cup group with the Spurs. He says R.I.P. Spurs. Well, listen, I mean,
all we care about is this Emirates Cup.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's really caring who wins the Emirates Cup, but that is a pretty tough grouping that they got thrown into. I'm not going to lie. There could have been an easier. I guess they do it like by standings. Last year's standings, they do like a snake thing. It wasn't a great draw. Wasn't a great draw for the Spurs. But you know what? Where they set in the standings is what got them the second pick. So just look at it like that. Would you trade Dylan Harper for an Emirates Cup trophy?
I don't even know what the Emirates Cup means to, except for one extra game if you win the thing or you play for the title.
You get to hang a banner.
You get to hang a banner, and the players get $100,000 and a handshake.
They get some money.
So sure.
Is there a trophy?
I think there's probably a trophy. It's an Emirates Cup. Maybe you get some free air miles from Emirates. I don't care.
Let's see.
I know we get interesting floors. They repaint the floor for us for those special games. But
look at
we're
this
not going to buy in. Oh, yeah. Look how lovely that is.
Look at that. That could be in the Frost Center. That could be in the new Marvel Arena. Oh, man. Imagine. And if the Spurs win that cup, they'll have to build them that building. There will be no questions asked.
I wouldn't.
Emirates Cup champion?
I wouldn't.
Take our money.
Here.
I'm sure that's exactly how it's going to go down. Exactly how it's going to go down. All right. Where else should we go? The Wimbledon event we saw the last of the Americans get knocked out yesterday. Ben Shelton got knocked out yesterday. So once again, we suck at tennis. We've been knocked out of the ladies. So there's going to be some Euro win this thing again, as they always do.
We're not sending our best.
We're not sending our best. But you talked about it with soccer. There are some sports now where America is kind of falling behind. We are no longer a tennis power. We are
we're not a tennis power. We don't care to be though.
But why?
There's no money in it.
Boxing. Why are there no great American?
Because we're not poor enough.
So the same reason as soccer.
We're not short enough.
Oh, well, we have short people.
Not
and
enough
we have
that
poor people.
They're playing baseball. Our short athletes are playing other sports.
I just don't understand how. Again, it does sound like ugly American thing. Like we should be the best at everything.
Well, we have enough people where you feel like we should, but
we have enough
I
money,
get it.
too.
I think there's a cultural mentality that blocks us from great soccer play as well.
But
I don't think we just don't get it. Whatever that it is, we don't get it.
How are people better at tennis than us?
Because they care about it. We don't. Only people play tennis in the modern United States are rich dudes.
Okay, but why aren't our rich dudes better than some Swiss rich
dudes?
I mean,
our rich dudes aren't very good, and if they are any good, their kids are playing golf.
I don't know. I hate when we suck at sports. I want us to be the best at everything.
There's something that I don't want to be good at it. I don't care to be great at soccer. It doesn't
what? You wouldn't like
care.
it?
It's not our
I don't care
sport.
about soccer, but it would be cool if U.S. wins the World Cup. Maybe I would be interested a little bit. I don't know.
We did, and you weren't.
We never won the World Cup.
The women's did.
Well, listen, you ain't never going to trick me into
I'm just saying that there's been sports where
sports.
we have won and are the best in the world. We don't care.
Well, I mean, if we people cared about tennis when it was like Andre Agassi and Pete Sampras and John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors.
We cared back then.
Why don't we care now? Because there's no good Americans.
Well, back then, a lot of people played. Now, tennis courts are replaced by pickleball courts. You look around this country, the tennis courts, they're all pickleball courts because they weren't being used.
It's because we're lazy.
Well, I mean, no, but we have our sports.
And we've decided tennis is no longer one of them?
I think that was one of them, yeah. We decided that.
We cut it.
Well, again, all the tennis courts are now pickleball courts. That should tell you enough.
Why don't we cut soccer?
I think we probably have tried. You know what I mean? We're losing to Trinidad and Tobago on the
No,
we
beat them.
Well, Mexico
we
just
lost
took
to
us.
Mexico.
We don't care. We just don't. I wish we did.
I don't know. It's just it feels like this is something that we
I only got so much time in a day.
We did care about it at one point. And I think you're saying it's I think it's a chicken and egg argument. I think if there were some if the Williams sisters were,
and they had us for a minute.
Reincarnated and they came and started dominating, I think we'd be interested.
They had us for a minute, but it was only the Williams sisters. I mean, they transcended that era that you're talking about.
Well, I mean, let's face it, like pre-Tiger and post-Tiger golf is how interested are Americans in that.
Yeah, but it's still we're still by the numbers. We still got the guys. We can still roll.
No,
up the dudes.
we do still have the most of the best. We've got guys who can compete with the best.
I'm not
in the
worried
world.
that
No doubt, but I'm just from an interest standpoint, like golf's a rich guy sport.
It was up until Tiger arrived, and I think we're seeing the benefits now. They're 25, 30 years later that all those Tiger first tee kids, they're still playing, and I think the golf business has grown exponentially because of that. I think because of Tiger, we're seeing those PDX commercials in the middle of basketball games. That was never going to be a thing. It's not even Nike brands. It's not even Tiger stuff. But because of Tiger, an entire generation took up golf and are still playing.
Well, maybe tennis needs a Tiger.
I think so. And we had the Tiger, and it was Andre Agassi. I mean, he wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but he was selling cameras and shoes and shirts and clothes. He was. And there's an era of dudes back then that picked up tennis rackets to go play because he was cool.
Well, and I mean, like I say this all the time. I really believe if we had like a great American heavyweight boxer, people would care about heavyweight boxing again. It's just been so long since we had one,
and we don't have the environment to breed that kind of thing anymore.
I guess not.
Those guys are coming out of the Balkans. Seriously, there's an economic strata that has always been consistent with fighters. They come from the worst neighborhoods in the worst parts of the world. They're just tougher. And now UFC and all they're coming out of the Balkans. They're coming out of the Eastern European countries.
Well, what about Jake Paul?
Yeah,
he's wealthy.
That
and
proves
a great
the point right
American
there.
boxer.
He is. Or influencers out of Southern California.
Either way, I think he's from Ohio, actually. But either way.
It's either the Balkans or Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah,
that's where they're all coming from.
That's where the tough streets.
Doesn't speak much to Cincinnati. Doesn't make me want to go there.
No. All right. And David says there's an American in the.
We have one dude left.
No, in this Anisimova is American apparently. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that Amanda Anisimova was American, but I guess she is. So I stand corrected. She's from New Jersey. I looked at the name Anisimova and assumed that she was, and I'd looked at a picture of her. I assumed she was of some sort of Russian descent. I stand corrected.
Well, she probably is.
Well, I mean, she's got an American flag by her name.
That's fine. So
I'll take. She can be on our team.
Contrary to public opinion, most of us, our families are from someplace else.
Well, that is true.
Unless we're.
So yeah, I do want her on my team. I'm with it. She was born in New Jersey. Her parents immigrated from Russia to the U.S. a few years before she was born to give their older daughter
she's
the
an anchor
best
baby.
opportunity. She's an anchor baby, yes.
Are we allowed to cheer for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, ICE is
not
probably
sure
ICE
we
is
can
probably going to
anymore.
come get her right
Well,
after.
she makes enough money that, she can pay
right
the fee.
after the match.
She can
They're
get
going
that
to take her
genius.
away. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, I'm going to give away Queensryche tickets, and we'll see what's going on in the world outside of sports. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
Arasti providers around San Antonio. So many people come up to me and ask, I'm in pain. I don't know what Arasti is, and what's it worth to me? And every time I tell them, if you don't know, you're going to have to go find out because it is a unique medical treatment. Arasti providers have one goal in mind, and that's to get you out of pain. And the way they do it is unique because it's not physical therapy, but it has a lot of it involved. It's not chiropractic, but there's a lot of that involved, and along with physical therapy and just your general practitioner work. But the outcome of all those different methods is getting you out of pain fast. Did you know that on average, Arasti patients get back into their chosen game of life in under 4 visits? So if you've been walking around with that bad shoulder for 6 months, you could have been fixed months ago. What you need to do is call Arasti today. And you don't even need a referral to call. So go ahead and pick up the phone. It's 1-800-404-6050. You'll walk into one of the many Arasti providers around San Antonio. You'll get a full evaluation. They'll find out why you're in pain and what's causing it. And they'll fix the problem. Sometimes the problem gets fixed and it's not even close to the pain issue. Once they fix the problem, pain goes away. Let me tell you, I am living proof. I've had lower back issues most of my adult life. Call them today at 1-800-404-6050. If you need to find directions, Arasti.com is a great resource. Listen, don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. There's a fix out there. It's Arasti. Call them today. Let them take care of you. And before you know it, you're going to come on by, and I know you're going to thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working trouble spots at Loop 410 eastbound at Evers. That's a stall broken down in the center lane. 10-minute delay has you stop and go from Military. 35 northbound approaching Highway 90 south side of town. That wreck is in the left lane. 7-8-minute delay has you sluggish from Division. On the west side, 410 southbound 151. That's a stall off to the shoulder. And 1604 northbound Calabria on up to Lock Hill Selma. About a 10-12-minute ride. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Texas Department of Transportation. If you think you need to speed, keep in mind that officers are out in force this month, reminding drivers to slow down or pay up. It's called Operation Slowdown. Speeding can cost you time, money, and hassle. It's just not worth it. A message from TxDOT.
George gets justice. It's you versus them. The driver who changed your life. The insurance company dodging your calls. They want to give you up. At George Salinas Injury Lawyers, they take on insurance giants and they fight to win. No upfront costs, no games. Just the fight for results. If you've been injured, it's time to get George. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
Evan Cohen here. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check you have your phone first, before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man.
No, wait, my phone, come back. It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hey, who wants to go see Queensryche?
What's the big song? Liquid Salinity? Silent Liquidity?
Lucidity.
Silent Lucidity?
That's right.
This is Eyes of a Stranger. It's another big one.
Oh, this just takes me away to a different time.
I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I hope this song reminds you guys of me after I die in the Bermuda Triangle.
No, we don't think you're going to die. You're going to end up in another dimension.
That's true.
You fly into the.
Yeah.
You're going to come out the other side, like.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of like Atlantis, or maybe.
No, it's a world where the Cowboys have 7 rings.
Something like that. It's like the Bizarro universe.
The bizarre weird. You're like, what?
They'll come back and like Buffalo's won 17 straight world titles.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Harris is president and stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know,
it'll be just completely.
It just flipped.
A place like that would never exist. You're a hater, a loser.
You're gonna find all those missing pilots and gold doubloons.
Ooh,
all those Spanish
if
galleons.
I can't ever get out, then what am I going to do with all those doubloons?
I mean, you are in another universe.
Yeah,
but you might find
Bitcoin is worthless. You know,
there's no Bitcoin there.
There's no Bitcoin.
It's all quarters and dimes.
Yeah,
it's bit change.
Bit change, but it's physical.
It's actually how you pay for things. You got to. Like,
oh yeah, you got to play.
You have to dig. You have to mine. Like you actually have to take a pick and mine your coins.
It's truly mining coins. It's not a fun place.
No. It's backbreaking labor, and you make bit pennies a day.
Just if you do get sucked into the time-space continuum, go Facebook Live for us. Yeah. Buy the Wi-Fi so we know what's
Facebook.
going. Oh, go do something live. Do something. So we can watch you go into the vortex of fault.
Do Instagram Live.
And we want to see what happens when you get sucked through that vortex and are in another time and space continuum. We would like to see that.
All right.
And this is our only opportunity.
Yeah. Hook us up, man.
This is the segment where I like to talk about things that aren't sports related, which is going to peeve some people right now when I talk about pro wrestling. It looks like the WWE has decided they are going to partner with the Big 12.
This is so Brett Yarmark. This is so him.
They are going to do broadcasts from Big 12 markets on the eve of conference football games throughout the season. So they are it's going to be the SmackDown brand of WWE. There will be one in Dublin, Ireland, before the Iowa State-Kansas State game, which is the opening game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
There will be one at Heritage Bank Center in Cincinnati before the Iowa State and Cincinnati game in October. Then there will be the Mullet Arena in Tempe. The University of Houston is at Arizona State in late October. And then on Halloween, SmackDown will be in Salt Lake City before the Cincinnati-Utah game. I'm not really sure why conferences are partnering with pro wrestling, but I'm for it.
I guess
I wish they'd come to a Bills game and we could they would throw through tables and have guys come in from the crowd and get thrown through a table by whoever the big pro wrestler is these days.
When they hired this guy, Brett Yormark. He came from Rock Nation. He was working with Jay-Z, and he put on concerts. He put on shows. That's what he did. And when they brought him in to do stuff just like this. Now, I don't know why they think it'll help. It can't hurt. It's certainly going to bring some eyes on a Saturday night. I don't know how it helps to grow, but I'm all about the product, and I think Yormark understands that first and foremost, we are an entertainment business. And we are going to entertain. We might not improve the game, but we're certainly going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Well, again, I'm not sure exactly what the connection is.
I don't either, but
I'm
maybe Jay-Z will
see.
show up every now and again, too. I'm not against it, but it does kind of play into the theme of what people expect from the Big 12 is about offense and 80 to 70 and fun and wrestling and jumping. It just kind of does fit the way I think they want to market their league.
I hate when this happens, when like news breaks right after our show.
Oh, it always happens.
Particularly, I hate that on a Friday. Oh, yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was last Friday after our show when Michael Madsen died.
Oh, yeah, one of my favorites.
Michael Madsen, I know him best for being Mr. Blonde on Reservoir Dogs. I don't know what. I mean, he's been in a lot of stuff.
Sergeant Horvath.
He's in a lot of stuff. And my immediate thought was, oh well, Michael Madsen drank himself to death.
He's crazy. He's one of those 3 or 4 actors that for 25 years never stopped drugging and boozing and partying.
Well, apparently, TMZ sources with direct knowledge told TMZ Madsen was sober in recent months, making a consistent and valiant effort to turn his life around.
Oh, that's too bad.
So
his sister's was hot by the day. Virginia Madsen?
No, I don't remember her.
Yeah, go Google Virginia Madsen in her day.
But he was the rep said it was cardiac arrest. An official cause has not been released, but the idea that this dude who was a lifelong alcohol and drug user who sobers up in his mid to late 60s and then instantly dies makes me
Keith Richards is still around.
It makes me never want to stop drinking and doing drugs.
Keith Richards, there's a myriad of rock stars who have survived and now pickled themselves.
It just seems to say you can't. I think the problem isn't, it's hard to drink yourself to death, but once you get used to things and you stop drinking, it can get real bad.
I've been told.
Vic?
Yeah.
How much did you drink before you got the new? You never drank? You were never a big drinker?
Never.
And
I drank like 1 beer a year.
And look how unhealthy he is. Yeah. He's got diabetes. His kidney fell out.
Yeah. No, mine was just eating a lot of sugar growing up. That was my fault. Yeah,
that's what you blame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom didn't let me have candy when I was a kid.
Oh, we ate.
I didn't taste my first candy till I was 23 years old.
I would drink Big Red in the morning.
I made that up. I was just trying to make Vic feel bad.
I didn't make it up. I did drink Big Red in the morning. I drank about 5 sodas a day for like 20 years.
You imagine if I had one of those, like, knowing all the things you know about my parents, they were the kind of people who didn't let me have candy.
That always reminds me of that.
They sent me into the store to get beer and cigarettes for them.
Well, remember the football player Todd Marinovich, the Robo QB? Whenever I hear that, I'm like, well, if you didn't have a Big Mac till you were 18, you're going to take a life.
No, they never.
If you didn't have a 3 Musketeers till you were 21, you're destined to kill someone.
Well, now this is true. I didn't eat a salad until I was in my 20s.
Well, that's not
really.
Jason Minix has made it up to nearly 60 or nearly 50, mid 40s.
Oh yeah,
he's never had a salad.
Jason's not in his mid 40s. I'm in my mid 40s.
Almost. I'm just saying. I mean, he's made half a century without having a salad of any sort. So it's not unheard of.
Well, actually, you know what? The other day on our anniversary, that was literally the first time I had whiskey. Or whatever that was, Pappy's.
Ever?
Ever.
Well, that's a good start.
You'd never had bourbon before that.
Never. No wild turkey.
If the only
no
bourbon
Jack
you've
Daniels.
ever had is Pappy's, just drop the mic and walk away, brother. It doesn't get any better. It's like winning a world championship your first year out.
I know. I was buzzing for 2 hours
Drop
off
the
that
mic.
little bit, man.
Done
That
it.
was freaking great.
Yeah, there's nothing left to aspire to. It's like a 16-year-old getting a Porsche for their first car. Just stop. You've already done it.
I know. I was looking at, like, that's the drink I want to drink, like, for Christmas, and I looked it up, see how much it was.
Yeah,
and
you've
I'm
done
like,
it, man. Yeah, we started you on the mountaintop.
I need to fill out a finance application to purchase this because this is a lot of money for that. But
Yeah.
it is worth it.
I mean,
it is worth it.
my
man.
wife disagrees with you completely. She,
it's
she's
worth
like, can't you just drink Jim Beam? Like,
No.
Life is too short.
I never tasted Jim Beam or Jack Daniels or anything.
Well, you're not
like
going to
that,
ever
or
have to
Bacardi.
now.
Yeah.
You've seen the other
Listen,
side.
just so you know, they taste exactly the same as that Pappy.
As far as you know.
It's the exact same thing.
All right.
What other movies was Madsen in apart from?
He was in. I was gonna say Kill Bill.
So all Tarantino movies.
I think he did other things too.
In the 80s, he was a pretty consistent bad guy.
He was in Sin City. Do you remember that
Oh
movie?
yeah, but he was kind of a cartoon. That's right. Yeah.
He was in Donnie Brasco.
Was he like? Oh, he was he was something black, Sonny Black.
Sonny Black.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to think of like
Mostly war cop and mob.
Oh,
movies.
he was in the baseball movie, The Natural.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that
And
I
Thelma and
I did not remember. That's right.
Yeah.
And Thelma and Louise. Yeah, I remember.
Thelma and Louise. Oh, you know what else he was in? Free Willy.
Well, that was a light touch.
I mean, right?
They threw him off the set for drinking too much.
Free Willy.
He peed on the. He's peeing on the killer whale.
But he was in several Tarantino movies. He was in Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill, Hateful Eight, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He did all those.
And Scary Movie 4.
Scary Movie 4. I forgot about that one.
There's a lot he was in.
What else
I
was
didn't
he?
realize he was in so many.
Rest in power, Mr. Madsen.
Yeah. What was? Oh, he was. I feel like he was. Maybe he was in a James Bond movie. I don't know. But he's been in a bunch of movies, man. He was in the movie with what was her name? Natasha Henstridge, where she was an alien, a naked alien.
Oh, I remember that one.
I forget what it was called, but
Hope Lost or I don't
Reservoir Dogs, Kill Bill.
Species is what it was called.
Oh, that's right.
Species.
Species. And
Yeah.
Species 2.
Oh, he was in both of them? I never saw Species 2.
Well, I couldn't see two because I never saw one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to keep up.
Let me see. I'm gonna look up his.
Google his sister. His sister was in Class back in the early '80s, and became a big fan early on.
It says okay. According to his Wikipedia page.
Oh God, he did not look good at the end.
According to his Wikipedia page, Steve Buscemi received the role of Mr. Pink, which is what Madsen wanted because it had more scenes with Harvey Keitel. But he ended up playing Mr. Blonde instead.
He torture. What's his name?
He also, he cut the guy's ear off and threw gasoline on him, the cop. For Pulp Fiction, Michael Madsen declined the role of Vincent Vega, which went to John Travolta.
Really?
Oh, gosh.
Hey, that brought Travolta back. That
It did.
saved him.
What a bonehead move. The most interesting thing about Michael Madsen on his Wikipedia page is that the picture of him when he graduated from high school in 1975 looks exactly like Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men.
Good hair, I guess. Oh, yeah, that's good hair.
Oh, yeah.
Creepy looking dude.
Yeah.
With an air gun.
Yeah, I hate, but that was another, we didn't get to talk about him at the time. But the fact that he is now known to be sober when he died, I do think is noteworthy. An Italian belly dancer has been arrested and detained in Egypt.
So an Italian belly dancer in Egypt.
Yep. So she was, she's a naturalized Italian citizen.
So was she
touring? Was born in Egypt and holds Egyptian citizenship. She dances under the name Linda Martino, and she has more than 2 million followers on social media. She was arrested at the Cairo airport.
She's so big, you just Google Egyptian belly dancer, and it pops right up. She is the most famous of all the Egyptian
She is. Guess what she got arrested for, though? Using seductive techniques
She's got a few, I bet.
Isn't that what belly dancing's all about?
Yeah. To get seduced.
Egyptian authorities arrested her and accused her of corrupting public morals with provocative dancing.
Well, that means she's doing it right.
The investigation was triggered by videos on her Instagram account in which she rides around in revealing clothing and describes herself as more than you can handle.
Yeah, buddy.
Investigators said she appeared in indecent clothing, deliberately exposing sensitive areas of the body.
Sensitive.
In blatant violation of social values. She used seductive techniques and provocative dances to incite vice. She was also reported to be in possession of substantial sums of money at the time of her arrest.
Well, they were tips.
Which authorities described as the proceeds of activities liable to instigate depravity. Yes!
I'm thinking depraved thoughts right now.
She's going to be in jail for 2 more weeks.
What? She's a big girl.
She ain't light.
She got a lot of stuff moving around. I
Yeah,
like it. I'm all for it.
She ain't no skinny gal.
This is up Vic's alley. Have you Googled this girl?
No.
Vic? Oh,
Let me
Vic.
see.
Oh, Vic.
She all me?
This is on your side of the aisle.
So
Mine too, actually. This is working.
If you're a hot chick, I recommend staying away from Egypt.
Well, belly dancing in Egypt is probably not the safest job to have.
Isn't that where it started?
No, I don't think in Egypt.
I don't know why.
I think that's more of a Turkish.
Okay.
Kind of what are they called? The gypsies, but they have their own name for it. They call them the Romani.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right.
Middle East is where it started.
Okay. Well, I guess Egypt's technically Africa.
Yeah, that's where it's all there. That region.
Okay. Well, either way, don't do it, ladies.
Well, please do it. Just don't do it there.
Yeah, just do it here. Do it here. All right. Let's take one more break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the daily lines. Oh, I forgot. Queensryche Volume and Vengeance Tour, December 13th at the Aztec Theater. You want to go? You want to bring a friend? You can. Caller number 5, Queensryche, Aztec Theater, December 13th. If you don't win the tickets, you get them at livenation.com. I got to tell you guys about Karbach, though. And Eric Warner, who is the head brewer at Karbach, he said when we first took our beer outside of Houston, the first market we came to was San Antonio. And he said we wanted to make sure we put ourselves on the map there, and we wanted our beer to be available to everybody in San Antonio. And they have done a fantastic job with just that, because you can not only get their beer at the grocery stores and the liquor stores, but it's at all the bars and restaurants as well. You'd be hard-pressed to find a bar or restaurant that doesn't have Karbach either in a can or on a tap line. They're all over town, and there's something for everybody in their lineup. Whether you're a Kolsch guy, the Love Street Blonde is their best seller. Hopadillo is their flagship IPA. And Crawford Bach and Ziegenbach are always great everyday drinkers. There's something for everybody, and it's all delicious and all over San Antonio. So just because it wasn't born here doesn't mean it's San Antonio beer. When you're out and about this weekend, go ahead and ask your bartender, please make it a Karbach.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
I don't really care what Diddy does, unless he's listening. Diddy, don't come after me, buddy. Oil up. Not just that. I mean, this dude, he blows up cars and stuff. There's rumors that the guy's like mafia style. He's the god Diddy.
Anything happening in free agency?
I have no idea. Do you really care? Let's talk baby oil and cars on fire.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist, with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
Circa Million and Circa Survivor are back with a massive $21 million in guaranteed prizes. Circa Million, pick 5 games against the spread each week. 126 ways to win with $6 million guaranteed. Circa Survivor, 1 pick a week, no point spread. Last the longest to win it all. $15 million guaranteed. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $21 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Check out the new Lion and Rose Dominion location with us this Thursday. The Blitz will be live for the Harley-Davidson Javelina Bike Night with food, vendors, and tons of giveaways, including your chance to win Queensryche tickets. It's the best 7 days a week happy hour around at Lion and Rose with $2.50 drafts, $5 wines and wells, and a long list of $5 appetizers. Join the Blitz this Thursday, starting at 2 p.m. at Lion and Rose Dominion, located just off I-10 after the Dominion exit.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
The College of Healthcare Professionals and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix from The Blitz, and you're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is truly one of the worst of all time. And it hung around for way too long, too.
Is that what that is?
I don't know what that was.
Like a G6, Rob.
Yeah, that looked like a...
Yeah. Yeah, don't fly over the
Not a
Bermuda
fan of
Triangle in a G6. Yeah.
That's right. Well, hopefully I make it today, guys.
You will.
Um,
You'll be all right.
If not, hey, man, it's been real.
Had a good run, really.
It's been real, man.
Surprised you made it this far.
I know. I know. A lot of people are.
So,
a lot of people are. When I got hired here, everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna last a couple weeks."
Yeah. I wouldn't buy.
Yeah.
You made the year. All right.
Yeah, they were
I wouldn't buy anything for at least a year, brother.
They were like, "Rob, you've got a new co-host," and he's like, "Yeah, sure. I'll get used to that." And they're like, "Well, we gotta do all this imaging," and Rob was like, "Really?
Really?
We're wasting time on this?" Rob and AJ.
A
you
year
think?
later.
Okay.
A year later, here we go.
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
It matters now. It's real.
Now, if I die in the Bermuda
Now it'll be
Triangle,
sad.
it'll be sad. It'll be. I mean,
the cost of re-imaging is now going to be through the roof.
exactly. It's going to be a lot of work for you, Vic.
I
A
know.
lot of work
That's
for
a
you.
lot of stuff, man.
So
But
keep your
also,
fingers crossed.
they might make you Rob's new co-host. And
Might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll have to learn about sports.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
Learn.
Sports schmorts.
Yeah, man.
Well.
At least get better at your serial killer play-by-play.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, but they also may give you a big pay bump, and you can move out of Flea Bottom.
Oh, that's right. I'll take that.
He's the wealthiest. He owns Flea Bottom.
I'll tell you
He
what.
owns the place.
You know what? Now that I think about it, if me and my whole family is going to be on this flight, if we all, die in an airplane in the Bermuda Triangle, you might as well just move into my house.
Oh, okay.
Now you'll have to take on Blueberry.
Yeah, you'll have to take care of my cat.
Yeah.
But,
I'm a
and
cat
two
guy.
dogs.
And two dogs.
Fine.
I got two dogs.
Yeah. So that means I'll have 5 dogs now.
Yeah.
With mine. Yeah.
Yeah. But you can't bring your kids. There's no.
Oh no, my daughter will stay at the house.
Yeah, let them keep living.
He
in
won't
Flea
tell
Bottom.
his kids where he's going. What do you mean bring? They're not going to know where I am.
Yeah.
Like Dad hasn't came home yet.
I haven't seen or heard from him in
Where's
months.
Mom and Dad?
I don't know.
If anyone asks what you're doing there, Because you're gonna stick out a little bit. If anyone asks what you're doing there, just say
I'm for the lawn. I'm here for the lawn.
No, me no English.
No English, lawn.
No hablo español. A ver qué dice.
no speak a day English.
No speak a day.
No speak a day.
No te quieres barbacoa aquí. A ver.
Just
go like that. You'll be fine.
If they ask you something, just say something about tree trimming and
okay.
and
they'll probably hire you.
Ask if they want tamales.
How about if I just have my backpack blower on the whole time
Just
while
walk,
I'm there?
Yeah, just if you're outside, put on your backpack blower.
If you do that,
I'll carry it like a backpack.
Just keep it on all the
one will
time.
notice.
No one will question.
Yeah, keep your keys in it. Everything. Yeah.
I gotta keep gas.
It's a rough neighborhood.
It is what it is. I'll do my best.
Okay.
No, man, I live here.
Yeah. Or tell them you're from Spain.
Oh yeah, no, I won't get away with that. My eyes are brown.
But you'll have to speak with a
Put in
lisp.
put in some context.
And speak with a lisp.
Oh yeah.
The Spanish Castilian Spanish.
This is where I live.
This is where I live.
This is where I
I'm
live.
from España.
Yes.
I'm AJ brother.
Yeah, they'll buy it.
Cuñado.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, let's wrap up the show the way we always do by taking a look at the Daily Lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
All right. Hey, you know what? We might have a lady in the finals of Wimbledon after all, because Amanda Anisimova currently has a 3-1 lead in the third and final set.
Go ahead. Let's get some.
She is actually, the live odds favor her. She's now minus 300 to go ahead and win the whole at least win this match over the Arina Sabalenka, who has been the favorite throughout the tournament. Sabalenka now plus 235 to even win this match. So got the top dog on the ropes here. Later on today, Iga Swiatek minus 330. Belinda Bencic plus 260 in the other semifinal. On the men's side, the one American left, Taylor Fritz. He is a 4-1 dog. Carlos Alcaraz minus 575. You can see that at 7:30 in the morning tomorrow if you're up for it. And Jannik Sinner, Novak Djokovic in the other semifinal match. Sinner a minus 200 favorite. Djokovic plus 160. Lady basketball tonight. I'll tell you what, man. I saw something in the lady basketball that pissed me off last night. Caitlin Clark came back, and she like the Fever got their ass kicked. I think they're better without her. They're better off without her. Yeah. She tried to push off. She's dribbling the ball, tried to push off. I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know why you get so mad at this. I really don't, because that's what watch Shea Gilgeous play. He complains,
but she pushed
and he
this
pushes
girl,
off too.
But Shea doesn't fall down when he pushes
she
someone
fall
else.
Down, but I mean, you're holding her to a ridiculous high standard.
She fell down, lost the ball, and then started yelling at the ref like she should have called a foul.
My favorite player of all time, Tim Duncan, never committed a foul. Not once. In 20 years of basketball, did he ever foul someone in his mind?
You know what I believe? I believe everybody should play like the kid in that commercial where they get the ball at the end of the game and he says, "It was out on me, coach." And his teammates say, What? Keep quiet.
No, that's not that. Notice that only ran for a few minutes. Everybody in the whole world went, well, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. I think we're holding her to a ridiculous standard, but I will say this. It is evident and obvious that the pressure that has been put on her is starting to overwhelm her.
It really kind of is.
You can tell by the look. You know, it's something that it is starting to seriously weigh on her, and it's affecting her game. It is.
She pushed the girl, then she's so weak that she fell back when she pushed her, lost the ball, jumped on the ball, and then started yelling at the ref for not calling a foul.
Which she was embarrassed. I mean, she was embarrassed. She broke her own ankles. She did. And she started bitching about a foul. But the fact is, everybody does that. I mean, that's just the gamesmanship.
This is your king. This.
And, the sad news is, while that and she is not playing up to par, on the other side of the coin, the other young lady's playing well.
Angel Reese.
Angel's
She's on the cover of WNBA 2K.
Really? Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Good for her. I mean, she is really putting up the kind of numbers that we were making fun of her for not putting up just a couple of months prior.
Mm-hmm. Today, anyway, the Lynx are at the LA Sparks. Lynx -7 in LA, and the Aces +2.5 at the Mystics. Ooh, the Mystics favored over the Aces. That tells you that Asia Wilson not going to be playing today with that busted up wrist.
Last night, I forget which team it was. It might have been, was it the Sun, who were the biggest dog to come
won.
back in the history of the WNBA, since numbers were kept in, like, wasn't that long ago, but biggest dog win in the history of the league last night?
Yep. Championship level. That's all you can say. Championship quality stuff. Major League Baseball today, David Peterson and the Mets, they're in Baltimore taking on the Orioles. Charlie F. and Morton goes for the O's. Mets -140. Cubs send Colin Ray to Minnesota. Chris Paddock going for the Twins. -115 are the Cubs. In the other game 2 of the Baltimore and Mets doubleheader, Tomoyuki Sugano goes for the Orioles. Mets don't have an announced pitcher yet. That game is currently a pick'em. Marlins are in Cincinnati taking on the Reds. Nick Lodolo. Excuse me, I had a hiccup.
Whoa.
Thank you. Nick Lodolo going for the Reds. Cal Quantrill for the Marlins. Reds -170. Mariners are at the Yankees. Brian going for the Mariners. Marcus Stroman for the Yankees. That's a straight pick'em as well, -110 both ways. Taj Bradley goes for Tampa. They're in Boston taking on the red-hot Red Sox. Walker Buehler going for the Bo Sox. Boston -115. Cleveland Guardians go with Logan Allen today. They're in Chicago taking on the White Sox. Jonathan Cannon going for the Sox. Guardians -130. Michael Soroka and the Nationals, who got a win yesterday with Mackenzie Gore. They do have a chance when Mackenzie Gore pitches.
Every now and then.
Michael Soroka goes today, though, and the Nationals are +125 dogs against Miles Michaelis and the Cardinals, -150. Spencer Strider and the Braves, they are -180 favorites taking on the A's. J.P. Sears going for the Athletics. And it's Patrick Corbin Day in L.A., Patrick Corbin going for the Rangers. Jack Kochanovich going for the Angels. Angels -115. And Eduardo Rodriguez goes for the Diamondbacks. Randy Vasquez goes for the Padres. Diamondbacks -120. I'm taking a day off from betting baseball because I got my ass kicked yesterday. Baseball's a backwards world right now. I'm not even going to bet against Patrick Corbin today. What? Blitz coming up at 2. I'll see you when I get back, if I get back from the Bermuda Triangle.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star is KTFM Floresville and streaming online at sasportstar.com.
When you're hiring,